great beer, and even better conversations. Welcome to Mind Hops, the podcast with more dad jokes than you can shake an angry fist at.
Sweet Lord, Martha, it's one of those bags again.
Don't step on it, kid.
It's poop again. I'll get you damn kids for this.
Broadcasting around the world from Ocala, Florida, here are your hosts, Trenton Summers and Jack Brennan.
Welcome to episode 12 of Mind Hops. Today we got two guests, returner, Trenton's brother Trevor.
Yep, Trevor.
And also Mr. Greg over here, Gregory Allison, a local stand-up comedian.
That's right.
And also alligator farmer.
What? You're not supposed to tell them.
Wait, oh, okay. He didn't tell you. Yeah.
Testing your improv.
I can't guess that.
All right, so we got some exciting stuff to talk about today. I heard Elon Musk was on SNL.
Yes,
Yeah, I thought it might be good to get a perspective of a comedian over here on that one.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know why everybody got so mad at Elon coming onto SNL. That was so weird. You just check social media and it was a whole bunch of progressives just upset.
Really?
But like, I feel like you could ask them and you'd be like, I don't know. Like, the man's making cars out of, like, run on electricity. Wouldn't they be like, isn't that kind of green? I don't understand. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
It's weird. I think it's the $1 billion. I think it is.
Yeah, it's all the money he's amassed.
It's all the money.
He has a dragon's hoard.
But like, what do you do with a billionaire? How do you stop him from making that money?
Yeah.
Stop solving problems? All right, then. What do we do?
It's too late.
Yeah, exactly. You can take the money from him and then make it back. He's a genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Get off. He's one of my favorite billionaires also, so I'm biased. So
Yeah. He's a very interesting man.
he really is.
Like, it doesn't matter how you feel about him. Like, he's super interesting.
Exactly.
I just found out he had Asperger's. I actually didn't know that.
I've known that for a while. I think it was really impressive, his performance.
Yeah.
Since he does have Asperger's.
I didn't even
Yeah.
get to see it yet.
Yeah.
You haven't seen any of it?
No, I haven't. I actually, before you guys came over, I did some show prep. Some, improv.
I did some
10
minutes.
minutes. And I watched half of his intro for the SNL, whatever it's called. It's not called the intro, but you know what I mean.
The monologue.
Yeah, the monologue.
Yeah.
The monologue.
That's what I
I watched like half of the monologue, and he mentioned in his monologue that he had Asperger's, which I actually was doing a little bit of research earlier today about him, and I looked at a webpage that showed 15 interesting facts I didn't know about Elon Musk, and none of those were that he had Asperger's.
I would have been able to peg him as like a person, just the way you watch him talk and interact with other people.
Yeah.
I'd be like, he's like, you can see something's there.
Yeah, I did notice. I listened to it a couple times on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I did notice like the way he processes things. But I was just thinking, like, well, he might just be—he's so smart.
Yeah,
he doesn't
he's just
think
out
like
there.
us.
Yeah,
exactly.
It makes
He's
sense
alien.
that he's so smart,
Oh, yeah.
I've heard people say that Asperger's is, another step in the evolutionary chain for humans. Before I've heard people say that. I don't know how true it is.
Is that the same thing? Like with you guys know Rayman?
Yes,
Is
Rayman,
that Asperger's?
yeah.
Does he? It's a different thing though, right?
He has high functioning autism.
Autism is another thing where like you're focused on. You could be
Asperger's
really
is like
good
a
at
lower
it.
form of autism.
Lower form.
It's on the spectrum of autism.
It's lower on the spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not like it's lower in the evolution. I was like, well, that's even a higher tier.
I just thought he was eccentric. He's a
Eccentric.
billionaire, so I just thought he was
He's
one
just
of
one of
those.
those eccentric.
Like when you
Yeah.
have so much money, your mind processes and functions differently than people who
Well,
don't.
that
have
and like the way he just thinks, like all of his ideas of where he's gotten all the money. Which I've got a few questions here we can get to later about like just some of the research I did on him. About at such a young age that he did some pretty amazing stuff.
How old is he? He's what, like early 40s now, or is he older than that?
I'm
I'm looking this up.
Pick up the source of
All
world
the
knowledge.
research we did, we don't know how old.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You don't need to ask questions anymore.
He's got to be probably early 40s or late 30s. I would say probably early like 40s.
Yeah, you think he's that young?
I think.
I
think so.
I don't know. Man. He may be mid 40s.
You think
Yeah,
so?
that's what I
All
was
right.
thinking.
Let's take guesses around the
Might
table,
be.
starting with Trent.
I'll say 43.
Closest to the pen. 46.
46.
Wow, you took mine. 46.
40, all right, or you can both have 46. You're both close to the
What are
finish.
you taking, Jack?
If I had to guess before I knew, I probably would have said 43, 42,
Okay,
somewhere in that area. 49.
Okay,
Wow.
wow. Yeah.
Later. Yeah, later.
Okay.
Yeah. Very hip for a 49-year-old.
He is. Yeah,
he's hip, but
he's
you
with
know,
the
you
memes
can't
and
say he looks good for a 49-year-old though, because it's kind of like an age where you're at, and you're like,
it's awkward.
I don't know if they look good or bad for that age. I don't really see many, 40 to 50-year-olds.
What Elon looks is he looks tired.
He does. So he doesn't sleep very
Yeah,
much.
because he sleeps at Tesla.
Yeah, exactly.
The cars are built for it.
He sleeps in the back seats of them.
Exactly.
He looks like a billionaire.
Yeah,
right?
That's all that
Exactly.
matters.
Exhausted
Like
billionaire.
Tony Stark.
It's the only thing that matters.
Yeah. All right, so I got some questions here. I guess I'll go ahead and throw these out here. And I'll just go around the table, and you guys can all take your guesses, and we won't do any punishments. But
what?
so that'll be for after. No.
Stick.
So Elon created and sold a video game at what age? I'll give you the multiple choice here. I actually create these. A, 12 years old, B, 14 years old, C, 10 years old, or D, 17 years old.
I think it was A.
A, okay.
I'd go with that.
What was that,
What do you
12?
guess? 12, yeah, it's 12. Got 14, 10, and 17.
Well, I mean, I say 12 too because you got to go with the prodigy answer, right?
Is that the prodigy
17
answer?
isn't bad.
A 10? 10 would be more
I'm
powerful.
going- yeah,
And
I'm
I
going
think 10 is thrown in for extra prodigy.
Extra prodigy.
He is kind of
Elon is an extra prodigy.
Yeah.
That's
Come on,
ridiculous.
now. Come
I'm
on.
saying,
I would like to say he's correct because I agree with him.
I'm
but
saying 12.
it's actually 12.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So it was a space fighting game, and the next question I have is what was the name of the game? Starfighter, Blastar, SpaceX, or Galaga.
It was Starfighter.
What do you think?
Blastar.
Yeah.
Blastar?
I was going to say Blastar.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Blastar?
Stop trying to psych him out.
That was right. It was Blastar. Oh yeah. All right. And how much did he sell the game for? Is it A, $300, B, $500? It was a PC game, by the way. Not that I mean, back then,
Yeah, I figured.
$1,000 for C, or D, $1,250.
I would have to say it's probably, well, the first two was what, 500 and 300, right?
500 and 300, yeah.
Wow.
What I would say, I'm going to say $300.
300? All right.
500 over here.
500?
I would go
What do you think,
300
Greg?
also.
300? Yeah. Jack is the winner this round. It actually is 500. Yeah.
Man.
Look at Elon.
Yeah, I know, man.
Fucking
Man's been
500
going
bucks.
since the jump.
I write the Wikipedia page for
For
him.
Elon.
He's what we call a musketeer.
Yeah. Good one. All right. Here's another one for you. Musk's earliest venture was the founding. He was a founder of Zip2. How much did he sell it for?
Jeez.
It was a
selling shit.
web,
left and right.
some sort of web.
Are we just going off of the?
Okay, yeah. Just tell me.
Just throw out a number. No, number.
No, okay.
down too.
So A is 200 million. B is
Yeah, I would have been way off.
B is 307 million. C is 347 million, and D is 403 million.
Those are so close that it literally could be any of
I'm
them.
going with
Could be,
the big
yeah.
one, 400 and
403.
I'm going to say C, whatever that was.
347
I want to say
million.
C also, but I've been matching with his
You
answers
have.
all.
You guys are vibing.
Next.
You're both wrong again. It's 307 million. B. That was his first venture. It was bigger than the 500 as a 12-year-old, but he moved up. So good
As
for
a
him.
12-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But he was still very
he
young.
took that 500
Yes.
and went straight to the club.
Yeah.
You know what? That person could have got that for 300, and they just sucked out.
So
That's all that was.
here's another funny thing. So I just told you he sold this for he received 307 million from this. But this is PayPal was actually where he made his fortune.
Mm-hmm.
So this is before he made his fortune. So when he sold, he was a founder of that as well, and he got a piece of it when he sold it. What year was it that it was founded? PayPal. Is it A, 1995, B, 1999, C, 2000, or D, 2002?
Dude, I was going to guess like 2012 off the top of my head. So.
I was like, good lord.
PayPal.
PayPal is that
I didn't
that
know
old.
PayPal
I didn't
was
know
that
PayPal
How
is that
long,
old.
how long has eBay been out, though? Like, it's pretty.
It's been
they were
around
pretty
for a
neck and
while.
neck, right? Because
Yeah.
we were using PayPal through eBay way back.
I bet
Yeah.
eBay was probably first, and he made PayPal to use with eBay.
in
Made
tandem,
probably.
I
I
bet
have
that's-
the
I bet-
answer here, so I'm.
Because I know he made PayPal to make like
So-
payments easier.
So what were the answers again?
95, 99, 2000, or 2002?
I'm going to say
Don't.
95.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm saying 2000. I was like,
What do you think,
2000.
2002. Because I can't
I
imagine.
like how everyone's picking their own answer.
I can't imagine.
I respect
being
that.
older
It's
than
still
that.
our own answers.
And
We
you
just-
guys are somehow, all three of you are wrong still.
How dare you?
How
dare you?
99. That was my
99.
other one.
That's
My
why I
other
put
one
95
was
in there and 2000. I was like,
Yeah.
that'll camouflage.
I didn't know that was all that old.
That's
The
ridiculous.
correct answer.
Good quiz writing, by the way.
Thanks. I've learned from the
$200
best.
on PayPal.
Yeah. Whip the
The 5 minutes of,
like
yeah, like Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you guys can't see that because we don't have video yet, but it was a great skit, great bit. Last question here. Musk named one of his sons. Okay, here are the options here: Xavier, Logan, Kal-El, or Xenu.
It's Kyle.
He named one of his sons.
He only has one son, right?
I don't know what research you've been doing, but it's not correct, sir. These are the answers.
I was about to say it was going to be those regular
He
names,
says-
and then the last one that has the.
It says one of his sons.
Yeah.
So he probably has had a kid
I
since
think
he
it's Kal-El.
This man, I think it's Kal-El as well.
Yeah.
All right, what do you
If
think?
we're going off
well,
the answers.
before you look up names of the sons.
Before you
I was
said
just
Kal-El.
going to look up how many kids he has.
All right. What do you think, Trevor?
What were the results again?
Okay, the results were you are the father.
Oh my god!
Xavier, Logan, Kal-El, or Xenu.
17 kids.
Xavier.
Good man. That is the answer. He actually named him after the X-Men.
Charles Xavier.
Charles Xavier.
Wow.
I got another question here.
Okay.
Taking over this trivia show.
That's all
How
my
many
questions.
kids does Elon Musk have? Because I had no idea.
I actually didn't research that.
So
He's got sons, so
just
we know
go.
he's
It's
got
under
more
10.
than
I'll
one.
tell you guys that. It's under 10. Go ahead and take a whack at it.
7.
I was thinking 7.
Under 10.
I'm gonna
Because
I
go
feel
to
like it's wild.
6.
Yeah,
6.
Under 10 leads it to believe that it's absolutely large, I would think.
Yeah, get a little closer to the mic, bro.
Let's say 5.
5. I said 6. You said 7.
I mean, you guys can both take 7 and be the winners because it's 7.
Okay.
I didn't know he had that many kids. I've never heard that.
Out here. Where
is-
does he find the time?
Seriously, how many ladies does he have kids with? He has Asperger's. How is this man getting more chicks than I am?
Because he's focused. With he's very
Maybe some
focused.
sort of like gene
there.
therapy. He's like trying to find the perfect
He's
successor.
clothing himself and just calling it his kids.
That's hilarious.
Like he's gonna take over for me. I gotta get the right. Have you ever seen? Oh, this is an anime thing, but
Do it.
I just started watching My Hero Academia.
Yes, sir.
And it works. They have this thing where like because I know my brother hasn't watched it. I know Jack has. So basically, the show is like everyone has quirks, which are their special abilities, and like what is it, like 80% of the population or something, like huge number,
something like that,
has quirks.
Yep.
And then I'm still early in the show, but I just found out there's a character where his father basically intentionally bred him to be a badass because he found the mom with the other quirk.
Yep.
So like
I know who you're talking about.
when you have two quirks combined, the child could have both quirks or like
And then
combination of
continue
them.
to beat the shit out of them. So.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So
It's because I love you.
that's what it reminds me of. I think
Reminds me
Elon
of
Musk
mine.
has getting the perfect quirks for his child.
That's right.
He's
Finding
making
the
them
right
social
genes.
and intelligent.
Yeah, social guys. He's got to get the social part. The intelligent part's like on point already. You just got to get the
I think
normal.
he just has that factor, that billionaire, Elon Musk, I can put people on Mars mentality, and chicks
Yeah.
dig that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
He's crushing
and he's
it
got
on
a
all
crazy
bases.
amount of money too.
He tried confidence and then he just fell in love with it.
Yeah. Then he found memes. He's like, memes are way better.
Yeah, right. Everybody put all your money in Doge. I don't know how
Speaking
many
of-
people this goes out to.
Yeah,
Put all
right.
your money in Doge.
Yeah.
We're going
Buy
down
the
there.
dip. Buy the dip.
Yeah, once it hits $1, then you buy because then it's gonna.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, it's kind of a segue.
This is not financial advice.
I didn't plan. Yeah.
Yeah,
Please
definitely
do
not.
that.
Yeah.
Mortgage your house.
Yeah. So
Don't worry about your children's
no,
futures.
no college fund.
Yeah, no college fund. You guys know Bill Gates single now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Dude, I'm thinking about getting a
be out
sex change
here.
and going for it.
Bill Gates
man.
is bringing them loafers to the club.
he
That's
is.
crazy.
I wonder if Bill Gates' ex and who's the guy that was in charge of Amazon?
Space Jam?
Bezos?
Amazon, Bezos,
Michael
Jeff
Jordan.
Bezos. I wonder if their wives are gonna get married now.
Oh,
Put the
man.
fortunes
Finally
together.
together.
But-
Lesbian love?
Yeah. It was like a long-term plan they had going to like make as much money as possible.
That would be an awesome turn. That'd be a sweet twist.
If you matched
make a
with
movie.
Bill Gates on Tinder, whatever it is,
Jackpot.
like people would just like show up, put a black bag over your head, and like take you on a 2-hour detour around in circles all over the fucking world, and then they would take you to his house and take the bag off.
And then
your
you're
head.
married at a wedding ceremony.
Right. Like it would be no
Arranged wedding.
Yeah,
you
straight
wouldn't
to
even know that.
the altar. Yeah.
Then you get vaccinated immediately.
Immediately. You would get like 12 shots. There would be like a lady with a tray.
Then they install Windows 10.
They plug you in to the Matrix. Yeah, that would be amazing.
I think Windows is
I need
the
to
only
sign
one.
back up for Tinder, by the way.
What is it?
What? No.
You signed back up for Tinder?
No, I
back
said
up for Tinder.
I said I need to now.
You need. Oh.
Maybe he's in his older age.
Dude, I came up with a good. I have a girlfriend now, so obviously I can't go out being crazy and stuff. But I came up with a good Tinder pickup line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a CDL so I can operate that dump truck ass you got.
I hate it.
Oh, Greg, as a comedian, you're gonna love the end of the episodes. They all have with me doing a dad joke, by the way.
Oh
We need
my
more
God,
truck
that's why
drivers,
you
though.
brought me here today. How dare you? You didn't tell me the premise of this. Or
On a serious note, though, we do need more CDL drivers, so that'd be great, Jack.
Yes,
if you did
yes,
that, 'cause,
please.
The industry needs a lot more.
Bill Gates would like make his own dating app. It would be like
It would just be him and
It would be like
only
just
match
him and
with them.
girls.
Bill Gates Smash.com. Like,
Bill Gates, Billy Gates, William Gates.
Gates Smash.
Just a bunch of different
I got it.
types of his name whenever they're swiping on it.
Gates dates 2021. Gates dates.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Gates dates.
He's like, yeah.
Say it enough times.
Exactly. He's like, I
Catch
can
on.
vaccinate whatever.
It sounds better.
Whatever you have, I can find a cure for it.
Yes.
Penicillin.
I wonder if him and Jeff Bezos are having like boys' nights now.
Is he single
I
too?
would love that.
Yeah, him and they got divorced a couple years ago, man.
His wife is one of the richest people in the world now.
Yeah, she, like
Just
40, I think she has
off the
$46 billion from
Yeah,
the divorce.
exactly. She's on Forbes.
Oh my God!
For nothing.
You would have like water tanks with human women half naked swimming in them.
my
And those guys' nights would be the best shit that would happen.
I'm looking for an invite.
For real.
that
You
water-
would have to sign waivers and shit.
Yes.
It would be like all Fiji water too.
Yeah.
That they'd be swimming in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
At least, at least
goodness.
Fiji. There's probably a much higher tier water that I don't
Like
even
some
know
kind of
about.
glacier water.
Yeah. I'm too much of a peasant to know the name of it,
Exactly, of
but
course
it's something way
But
better.
if any of the people messed up in any way, someone would walk out with a silencer and just and then, like,
Hitman,
You don't tell anybody about what happened here.
some guy with a barcode on the back of his head.
exactly.
Throws a suitcase that literally like hones in on them.
Yeah, he records the whole thing with a drone just because he's sick and he just wants to watch it.
Oh my God.
Have you guys seen the video
It's a video game.
Bill Gates and Warren Buffett working at like a Dairy Queen, I think, for a day?
No.
Yeah, they did it just for fun. And they were
man.
just sitting there joking around the whole time, and they kept fucking up.
This is so amusing being a regular person.
I can't believe people live like this.
An ice cream machine?
Why isn't this broken?
I need to call corporate.
Oh, wait a minute.
They did not get like the effect that Eddie Murphy got like in Coming to America or whatever that movie was, where he was like the prince or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Got
Cody.
everything from him. Like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett at the Dairy Queen
Is
not even
it
close
funny
to
enough
that.
to play, like audio wise? I can bring it up and play it for. I mean, you know.
I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a long time.
What, Coming to America?
Maybe if we decide it's funny enough over the next week, we'll play it on the next
Yeah,
episode.
the Bezos Gates, or no, the Gates and Buffett,
yeah, okay.
Warren Buffett.
Yeah, you know that reminds me of. You guys ever watch like Conan O'Brien? I'm sure you've seen it before.
I haven't seen Conan O'Brien.
No.
Well, I've seen his video game reviews when he goes in there and plays video games. I've seen a couple of those.
He had like a classic like.
Oh, he's
thing.
done.
Huh?
He's retiring soon.
Is he?
Yeah, it just got announced a couple days ago, actually.
Pretty funny dude. He would always do a skit where he would like, he and Jay Leno had like Leno on the street or Leno walking. He would like, interview people and ask them stupid questions. Well, Conan had a thing where he would actually do like a job a day, like he'd go out on the streets and like deliver pizzas for a day or deliver Chinese food. And it was always like, you know, you do like a regular job, but it was always like obviously like hammed up, but it was really funny. And it was, just reminded me of that. Like it was more like legit. Like you could tell he could like communicate with real human beings that don't have billions of dollars.
Yeah.
You know, he understood certain.
He wasn't literally levitating next to them.
He's a weird-looking ginger giant.
He is.
Like, he's just strange.
Conan?
I can't imagine seeing him in real
It's
life.
bizarre when you like. I watched that. He
How
did a
tall is he?
series on Netflix.
Oh, that man's like 6'4" or something.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, it might be
taller than that.
6'7".
I didn't know that.
He went like
he's
around the
small.
world.
He's huge.
He went like around the world on the show. It was like
Yeah.
Conan around the world or whatever,
Yeah.
and he was like a giant.
Was that when he lost his job? When he was in between jobs or whatever?
Possibly.
My bad.
Yeah.
He grew a beard out.
When
so.
Jay Leno
Yeah.
decided to come back.
Just kidding. Give me my job back.
Exactly. How dare you?
Yeah. That was sad. Sad day.
Jay Leno's
God bless
a
him.
pimp, though.
A pimp?
Yeah, he's a pimp. He's got fast cars.
What do you think about Jay? So you got like Jay
Yeah.
Leno and David Letterman. That's like a classic rivalry, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they hate each other.
I'm going Letterman.
You going Letterman?
Yeah.
I like Letterman more.
So
You do?
do I.
Leno annoys me, kind of.
I like Letterman more as the show and as a comedian.
Yeah.
I like his dry cutting, just that humor.
His humor is
Leno is
smart.
kind of a douchebag on stage.
Yeah.
But like
He's got a lot of cars.
he lives his life like he lives his life like a G. He's like, I just got whatever I want and I'm gonna do whatever I want. He's right there on
Warehouse full of cars.
Seinfeld level of just rich, old, can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
guys.
like Seinfeld. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's like the Seinfeld of
Late night.
late night.
Yeah.
Because he kind of like undercut Letterman, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think there was a whole thing. I don't know the whole
so,
thing.
yeah.
but,
I
like,
didn't know that
he
it
did
goes that deep.
There was some actual deepness to it where like he ratted him out to some executives or there was I don't know the history. I should have done the research, but there's like a movie or something I think that talks
Yeah,
about it.
it's called Late Show.
Late Show, yeah, and then like Leno's kind of a scumbag. So he kind of
I'll say this. I'll
Yeah.
say this. Leno is driving around sports cars, being a millionaire, going on shows, doing whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
Letterman is just like having bypass surgeries and like
Yeah.
who's living the life.
Yeah.
But I always liked Letterman more though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seemed a little bit more.
Letterman was
Intelligent.
definitely living. Remember that sex scandal he had? He was out here.
Yeah, but that was like
now
creepy
he's
Joe
terrible.
Biden sex scandal. That's not like
our
Jackie O and the Kennedy sex scandal. That's like creepy sex scandal.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
It was a little weird, yeah.
Who do you guys watch now on like late night?
I don't watch TV.
I don't watch
watch it.
TV.
I don't either.
Anything I need, I just stream it.
Yeah,
I
same.
agree.
Anything.
Well, HBO Max has a lot of the late night shows.
Does
Like,
it?
Yeah.
They have John Oliver. I've seen. They got
John Oliver's hilarious.
who's the older guy? I forget his fucking name.
I'm so
Who
out of
cares?
touch with like modern cable because I haven't watched TV
Yeah.
in like a long
Listen,
time.
I
Like
saw-
SNL is like I had to
listen.
look that up on YouTube.
I was
Where you guys
at,
came
at
over.
a hotel. I was at an Airbnb and I saw the TV Guide channel. You remember the TV Guide channel where you had to wait when your channel came on?
Yeah.
You had to pay attention. You better not lose focus because you're going to be there for another.
You gotta
30
write that
minutes.
shit down. Like,
Exactly. Oh no, we're going 10
It's
minutes.
coming back around.
I don't know what goes on that channel.
It's like
Crazy.
watching scrambled porn.
Before the TV guide,
Oh my goodness.
I remember before the TV guide,
Porn
we
from
had
the
the
other side.
actual TV guide paper. You had to get the paper TV guide.
That's
I
crazy.
just thought of $1 million idea off that, dude. Pornhub should just have like a randomizer button. You just click it and they put on whatever video they
They
want.
just
Put it in
scramble
porn.
it.
Yeah,
so you know,
porn on shuffle.
There
gotta
should,
make
be,
it-
there should be a scrambled porn
Scramble it.
category in
Yeah.
porn.
Yes.
It brings you back to nostalgia as a kid. And you're like, looking at oh, that looks good. I know the sound like something good's happening.
Just like the skip button, like no.
This might be
Nah.
this might be illegal. I can't see what it is, but the FBI might come to my house for this. I don't know.
Oh, so
Or I'm feeling lucky button, like on Google.
what does that do? I never clicked it.
I don't know.
It just isn't it just like a random search on something?
Maybe. Or maybe it's like a very specific search.
know.
I'm
of,
scared
like,
of that button.
Hold on.
we need to find this out. Is that still on there?
I don't think so.
It might not
When did
be.
it leave?
I don't know. That's a forgotten memory that just
Exactly.
came out of me.
Who at Google came up with that? Really?
I don't know. They can do whatever
I
they
know
want.
people are coming on here to search for specific things, but what if they weren't?
I just want to have fun.
I'm feeling lucky. It's like, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't lucky at all.
You know what just dawned on me? And
What?
this just scared the fuck out of me, right?
Yeah.
If we were wondering if this world is a more scary place for our youth,
Yeah.
this should tell you this right now. When I was a young teenager, and I'm an older guy, so when I was a young teenager, in order to like watch porn, I had to like stay at my grandma's house who had HBO and stay up like after 1 o'clock
God.
to
Yes,
see
sir.
some super duper soft corn shit that
we
you can
talking about-
almost see PG-13 movies
Yeah.
these days, right?
Yeah.
Red Shoe Diaries,
Or on TikTok.
like things
Which
like
is
that.
weird though, because
Right, but now today, like any youth on their very cell phone
Yeah.
is going to watch the most dirty, hardcore,
Accidentally on an
deep
ad.
action shit that you could imagine.
They're gonna be trying to like check their email, and an ad will come up and be like single moms
Yeah,
in this area.
exactly.
Okay,
Like, all right.
Where are they at?
I love my mom, so I should love these moms.
It's funny that you mentioned like PG-13 because that reminds me of like the rating system has gone it's gone back and forth. So like
Yeah.
if you watch like certain movies that are PG-13 back like in the 90s, there would never be PG-13 nowadays.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like there's movies like this is an example. I don't think Terminator 2 was PG-13, but movies like that that you'd be like, I wouldn't have thought this was a kid's movie or a PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays it's like it's gone so far the other way, like the rating system is so like
Yeah, actually, fun fact. Mr. Greg and I here just saw Demon Slayer literally right before we came here.
Fuck it.
Do you know what that's rated? It's rated R.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was an R-rated movie. I thought it was
That's what I was gonna say.
PG-13.
The new Mortal Kombat movie that was R, and they were pushing like X. They had to cut some of the gore to make it to R.
Demon Slayer was it's all it's
Yeah.
literally. I like anime, but I hate to say it, but it's literally a cartoon. So I mean, I wouldn't make it rated R. Like,
Let me ask you: did you watch it in sub or dub?
oh, I definitely watched it in sub. He was supposed to come. He didn't come because we watched it in sub.
How dare
Pretty much, yeah.
you make me sick?
So I feel like that's an interesting.
Do you not know how to read?
I do, but I'm going to a movie, so I just want an action movie. I want to watch.
I can
people
see where he's coming
fight.
from. If I was gonna I would consider seeing a movie in dub because I'm only gonna see it once in theaters, and I want to be able to focus on the screen.
The artwork, the
Right.
all the anime
is
animation.
essentially
That's
an
about
artwork in motion.
It's not laziness. I want to
It's
enjoy.
not
I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy those artists, great artists that did all that
It
artwork.
was beautiful.
If I
How did
wanted
you
to be
know? You were
non-lazy,
reading.
So good. I have peripheral vision. How?
You didn't get to enjoy it in full vision, though.
With American voice.
So here's the thing. I don't understand. Me and Jack have had this conversation. I don't understand. I kind of understand because every anime I watch, no matter how good the dub or bad it is, there's always a character that's really fucking annoying.
Mm-hmm.
It has a high pitched voice and it's really annoying. And I did watch Demon Slayer.
And Naruto is the main character.
The Netflix. I watched it. I watched it in dubs, and the part that some of the voices annoyed me, but the part that annoyed me more was like this. It wasn't even the voice, but it was the character, like the lightning guy.
Zenitsu.
Yeah. And I know it's like an anime trope probably where he's just like crying eyes, and like 90% of the time he's just like crying for no reason.
Very eccentric.
Yeah, eccentric, and they show like a close up of him crying and like I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
That annoys me 100% more than the annoying voice. It's like the character's doing that.
Yeah, he does.
It kind of like takes me out of it.
He has
And
that
I've
element
actually
to
watched
it.
a decent amount of animes. I'm probably not like as versed maybe as you, like with the newer animes. I've watched a lot of like classic older stuff like Ninja Scrolls and like more
Trigun.
Yeah, well, Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah.
I watched Cowboy Bebop a little bit ago. Still so
Hellsing, Basilisk,
Claymore.
Like these are like for the most part they're more serious. They don't have like the
Vampire Hunter.
Now I will say Hellsing did that was a pretty awesome serious anime, but they did throw those tropes in where it's like the cat eyes and stuff and like the weird skits.
The uwu.
Yeah, whatever that is. Like they would throw that in there randomly and at the end of some episodes or in the middle of it, and it always like kind of like jarred me a little bit because I'm like, this is
Where's the kawaii coming from?
Yeah, where's the kawaii? Like, yeah, that always kind of weirded me out a little bit. Like I feel like some of the shows are more obviously prone to that, or like it's more organic for that to happen. But then you have like this brooding, Dracula. He's like ripping people's hearts out of their chests and stuff.
It's such a range.
So violent. And then,
He's like staring at this. There's like a scene where they're in. I think they were like in a museum or something. It's like Alucard, which Dracula. He's like the actual embodiment of Dracula, and he's really crazy in the show. And then there's this guy named what was the priest name? Alexander.
Yeah.
Alexander the priest, and they're sitting there like looking at each other, and they're mortal enemies. And this guy's like badass, and he's a priest, of the Catholic priest, and he wants to kill Alucard.
Alexander.
And they're like talking shit, and they're like looking all serious. And then there's like this crowd of like school kids or something going through, and they're like, It's like kawaii, and he's like,
Oh, God.
face, and
so
like
funny.
they walked in the middle of them. Just like it was funny, but I was like, where did
Comic
that
relief,
Exactly.
man.
You didn't ask for it, but
We didn't, and it was like
Love
not very
Japanese
much
humor.
in the anime, but it was like a couple scenes just like out of nowhere. It's just like,
Why'd you
whoa,
do the
that's kinda
It snapped you
masturbatory
out of
like motion right there?
jarring. No, it was just like, what?
I was about to comment on that, but I was like, you know what? Not the time.
I was like,
He was
like, what is
shaking
this?
dice.
He was like, I like those damn kawaii girls.
Shaking that dice, man.
I was feeling lucky. So
He's a perv.
that's what I do before I hit the I'm feeling lucky button on Google. I throw some craps in the air craps.
I love winging it. That's why I do crypto. Just fuck it.
Yeah,
Throw it out there. in the
Because
world
what is money?
and just let it roll. See what happens.
Money's magical.
I'm a
Nothing
gambler.
is. Anyway, it's all on a computer screen now, basically, right?
Yeah, 100%.
That's right.
Yeah, it doesn't
Exist.
matter.
I don't have cash in my wallet anymore.
I don't think most people do.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Vanguard, so I've learned not to carry cash with me.
He's been robbed a couple times.
We went to astronaut. We know, dude.
Astronaut.
Yeah.
Astronaut. That's
Yeah, it's
not a
actually
place.
high school.
That's not a
It is,
high
yeah.
school.
We actually-
we went to Noun.
My dad went to school 23 up in New Jersey.
That sounds like an anime school.
It's literally
This
just
is
like
where it's
numbered up there.
23rd
I've never heard of Astrobat though.
Fun fact.
He said astronaut.
Astrobat?
Astrobat. This is getting weirder than
Actually, it's a funny story. Astrobats were Elon Musk created those for the astronauts in space to play space baseball.
That's like how they made
Yes.
the space pens. That
Joke of the day. Joke of the day.
All right.
Okay.
I'll take it.
I will say astronaut. Fun fact. Daniel Tosh
Yes.
actually went to
Tosh
astronaut.
Really?
And if
Tosh
you've watched
0.0.
his show before, he's actually
Been there.
Well,
they showed our football
Titusville.
team.
Yeah, he throws throwbacks to Titusville and Astronaut High School, which is where we grew up, which is on the Space Coast.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I thought you meant he went to like astronaut training.
No.
Like, he actually.
That's what I was like.
That's what I tell people.
Astronaut.
No, it was actually called the high school was called Astronaut
Astronaut
High
High,
School.
yep.
Astronaut High.
Was it like a nice high school?
It's
It was
like middle of the
actually-
road.
Was it just like a high school then?
Yeah, it was like middle of the road.
No,
What would you name it?
It was like My Hero Academia. We trained to be astronauts.
Yeah.
Nobody made it.
And then villains
Yeah.
come in and beat the shit out of you.
Right.
that was there was villains. It was
Every
principal.
Tuesday. Villain Tuesday.
The good thing about astronaut is we had a really perfect ethnicity mixture. It was like the pie chart, everyone had the same piece of the pie. So that helped prepare us for the
I
future.
wish that was mine.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Good
Yeah.
Lord.
It was great.
Yeah, no child
really
left
good.
behind, right?
Yeah.
And even if you could drag them by their ankles.
Exactly.
Funny story. This is I don't care anymore. I've graduated since. My principal actually was the father of a kid that I was in my grade,
Oh, that's nice.
and he was a terrible fucking kid.
Oh yeah.
He was a drug.
So was it a good principal?
Yeah. I played soccer with
His
this kid's older brother.
yeah.
And this kid actually ran up to one of the parents on the sidelines because he was mad.
The brother or the one that he was
The
talking
little
one I'm
brother.
talking about.
Okay,
Which
The
is the
crazy
brother.
little asshole that went to school with my brother.
The demon.
And then he went running after because one of the parents from one of the other kids was like, "Hey, stop doing that" or some shit because he was like messing with his son.
Yeah.
Right. He runs up and bites him in the testicles. And this was back in the day, right? So dudes wore like short shorts on the sideline. Grown men were like, this is like
All men wear short
baby boomers in their mid-30s, and they're like, yeah, fuck
Soccer
that
game.
kid, score goals, da-da-da.
Yeah.
This kid runs up. This guy's wearing like some short Adidas or Pumas or some bullshit.
Oh no.
Pow! Bites him right in the balls.
So since this was back in the day, the kid got punched in the face, right?
No, of course not.
Wow.
No, this kid was a bastard.
No, the
so-
kid took a knife and sliced his testicles off.
Yes.
And
So it's
left
funny
him.
because my brother, so he's 6 years older than me. If you guys probably didn't know that, but he went. So I would go to his soccer games when he went to astronaut. You know, he played on the varsity soccer team, so I get drug along with the mom and the dad because they didn't want to leave me at home alone. So I'd sit there, and this was growing up. I don't know if this was an astronaut or not when he did that, but I remember he would always be at the games because his older brother played on the team too, and his family would drag him along as well. And I remember one time he called my mom a bitch or something, and I got really mad. I remember I was like really mad about
And
that.
you bit his nuts.
No,
That's where he got it from.
he actually did bite me. He did
Yeah.
bite me in the nuts. We got in a fight.
Yeah.
We got in a fight.
Like a straight G.
Yeah, he was like a titan. He just bit me right in the arm. But we got, I think, at the best of him. But when he started to lose, that was his thing. He went right to biting. It was
Of course.
Like, it was like a little freaking Mike Tyson or something, right?
Yeah.
Was it Mike Tyson that bit Evander Holyfield?
No, it is Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield.
Yeah. No, but he wasn't like a Mike Tyson as in he could fight well.
He was a Mike Tyson as in whatever it takes.
Specific part, to win,
I
yeah.
resent that statement.
One of my favorite clips of Mike Tyson is when he held his fist out and Steve-O ran face first into
my
it.
God.
Steve-O.
This guy.
Jesus.
That's what
watch him
that
back
kid
up.
was like an unsuccessful Steve-O.
Unsuccessful.
I don't know what he's doing now.
Put him in a porter potty full of shit and slingshot him up in the air with it.
Funny story though. Yeah, to get back to that, his dad literally became our principal our high school was 9th grade through 12th grade, and I hear a lot of schools around here are a little different, but it was like 4 years.
No, we're 9th through 12th here.
Okay, I talked to somebody they had a almost argument with them because they thought I was crazy. Like
Some fucking
high school was
dumbass,
4
apparently.
years. Yeah,
Over something like
yeah. They probably went to private school or something.
I went to private
Probably-
school. Ours was 9th through 12th.
Was it 9 through 12?
Exactly.
It was someone in Ocala, not that long ago. Anyway.
Okay.
Screw that person. Anyway, I'm not crazy. I'm validated here.
It's okay.
Anyway, it was 4 years, and his dad became the principal at our 9th, like as soon as we became freshmen, and he was principal there until our senior year. And then his son, he could not get him to graduate, so he literally he made it where none of us could walk for our graduation.
So he broke all of your knees.
The kid was like smoking weed and he got arrested or something. He couldn't graduate. Like there's nothing the dad could do to get him to graduate. And then he took it out on the rest of the class. He's like, no, you guys can walk for your graduation. Everyone was so mad. And we knew it was because little Cameron couldn't walk.
The Cameron. The fucking Cameron. You know the
Cameron
funny fact?
Humphrey.
You know the funny fact about Terry, old school Terry
That's his
principal?
dad. Yeah.
He actually, because me and Steven were friends because we played in the soccer team
Steven
growing
was
up,
Cameron's
right?
older brother.
The one that I played soccer with and stuff.
He didn't bite people nuts.
I also,
He was a little less crazy.
yeah, side story, like varsity soccer does not get you a lot of ass in high school. What? Believe it or not. Varsity sports. But
You gotta play football, man.
So I was
lacrosse.
Yeah. Lacrosse.
So Steven's
Ultimate
father
football.
was taking us out, all of his friends out for his birthday party, right?
Yeah.
He took us
This
down,
was the principal, by the way.
Yeah, took us to Universal Studios because we were going to go to Halloween Horror
Thanks,
Nights.
Mr. T.
Yeah.
Like
This
Halloween.
was before he was principal.
Halloween Horror Nights, like
Yeah,
3,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So it was not.
This
there
was 50 years ago.
Yeah, it was like full capacity. We couldn't get in, so he took us to Church Street, and we went to Terror on Church Street, which was way more.
It's like
adult.
a thing in Orlando. It's like a
Yeah.
And then we went to my
I
first
remember
Hooters.
this. Remember you talking
my
about
first Hooters ever. Terry took.
Wait,
me
how old
to,
were you?
Like 11.
That must have been an
And
experience.
Hooters back in the day. Hooters back in the day was fucking Hooters. Today is not Hooters.
Emphasis
Like
on
back
the
in the day, it was like nipples slipping out the side Hooters and dirty, like old dirty men was the only ones in there.
Boo-boos and 11
This
year
on
olds.
pickle chips?
That's what the manager's name was. Old Dirty
So
Man.
me and all of our like 11 and 12-year-old friends are just kicking it at the bar, eating wings, and he's showing us how to eat a hot wing in one bite without even just like sticks it in there.
I know what
Pop,
he's doing.
bone. And then there's like big titty women everywhere. And then it's like, is this a good birthday party? And he's like hell yeah. And we're like, yeah, fuck yeah, man. And it was like the worst ever.
But he's still like
The
watching
most moral.
And he was my brother's principal.
Yeah, he was my principal. He was no Miss Carpenter, as you all know.
No.
But yeah,
No, Miss Carpenter was the teacher. Mr. Carpenter was the principal.
Yeah.
Right?
But Miss Carpenter's if you guys listen back to any of our
Yeah, go check out
Miss Carpenter's a big
episode
girl.
11 and 9.
Shout out to Miss Carpenter.
Reoccurring. If you were in the back of a book at the index and you looked at Miss Carpenter, it would be like multiple pages. Episode 11, 9, 13, and 26.
She's got to make sure
Yeah.
from now on.
We're getting
gonna
sued.
enjoy.
Defamation of character.
Maybe we'll get her on the show. If she has a Facebook.
That would be great. I want to be on that one too.
That'll be great.
Greg, I got a question for you. I think kind of wind down on that topic now. Anyone got any other exciting Hooters nipple slipping out stories?
I have plenty of those, but we don't have time.
one of my friends
We got a lot together.
one of my friends who this girl gave him his number? Gave him her
His number. He's like, how did you know this? You're a whore and a magician.
No,
Listen, this was,
she gave it back to him.
yeah, dude. Like it was wild. Like, and she flew out to Miami because she flew out to Miami because she gave him her number and he called her and they like hung out for the time that he was here in Ocala, right? And then she decides she wants to fly out. She was like 20 years old. So this is like stars and stuff like that. So she's like, I want you to talk to my father and everything like that. And she got clean fast. And proceeded to like, I guess she was violent. So he was like complaining. Yeah, he was complaining to my other friends, like my other friend and his girlfriend, like how he's like, she's hitting me all the time. Yeah, it was just a mess.
She's slapping wings out of my hands.
Yeah, and she's like
disturbing to me.
Yeah, right. She's like a privileged girl too. So like that's how she has money to just fly out.
How the fuck? Why was she looking at Hooters?
I know exactly, right? It's so weird, but yeah, that's it. That was just. A little quick story. What'd you mean to ask? What'd you mean to ask me?
I want to know, since you are a stand-up comedian, who's your favorite stand-up comedian?
Dave Chappelle. That's what I'm talking about.
Dave Chappelle.
Yes, sir.
That's a good choice right there.
Oh yeah, I love that man with all my heart. Did you guys? Everybody in the world should watch his Joe Rogan.
What was that?
That was like maybe like 3 days ago. I don't remember.
Oh,
but I've watched all 3 hours 3 times.
I try to keep up with some of his stuff. I kind of cycle through his guests and see something. Like, that would be one definitely.
Oh, yeah, Dave
that'd be a good one to check out.
The fighters and stuff, I'm just like, you know. I used to watch UFC a little bit, but that was back in, like, Strikeforce Day when it was on Showtime. And
I love watching
Gina Carano was fighting.
Gina Carano.
I had a crush on her, so I would watch her fight.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Put her back on the Mandalorian.
Please.
I know, right?
She's fine.
God.
Yeah. That's,
my goodness.
Did you see? I saw an article that they were putting her up for an award or something, like the Emmys or something for the Mandalorian, even though they like fired her. Like they put her in for it.
Dude, I would legit just like say I'm not fucking going.
Not covering bases.
I don't want like. Oh my God.
It's pretty fucked.
That's so dumb that you can fire people over like social media posts.
Hey, we gotta protect the money.
That is dumb, Jack. You should definitely make sure not to talk about our work. Are
you gonna fire me?
I love our job.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's amazing what social media can do to you nowadays.
that's why I'm off it.
That's good.
You're not gonna get me.
Never, ever.
I plan on being very famous.
and remaining very famous.
Infamous.
Millions.
like Jack Nicholson. Like that's one dude that's pretty like iconic actor, but you don't know anything about him.
Yeah,
he doesn't do interviews. He just
you just catch him at a Lakers game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He really likes the Lakers.
He would be impervious though, right? Like really, try to think of one story right now, brother. Like, think of what the fucked up story that you could think of for Jack Nicholson,
and he'd be like, "Of course he did that."
And
no, I actually do know one.
Because of his face, it looks like he did whatever you said. Right. Yeah, exactly.
It would come out, and nobody would give a shit.
Give me some dirt shit.
All right, I'll give you some dirt shit on Jack Nicholson. All right.
Oh my goodness.
I read an article one time that he wanted to have a sky burial. I don't know. Do you guys know what a sky burial is?
No.
It's where they hang you from a tree. And they let like the crows and the birds and shit like peck your eyes out. Like it's like a Native American thing.
Okay.
And he wants that done. That's the only thing I know.
That seems like he got that from the Bible. You mean the dude who was at the left of Jesus?
Yeah. He's like, I want to get myself back to the fucking earth.
So
okay, then just have yourself buried naked. What are we doing? That's what I want to do.
If Jack Nicholson walked into this room right now and he was like, "Yo,
hey,
I want to be hung from a fucking tree, and I want crows to pick my flesh until it's bones." I think we would all be like, "Fuck yeah, dude."
Okay, why are you
here?
How do I sign up for this?
Exactly.
All right, now imagine if it was Ariana Grande.
Mr. Joker.
That canceled.
That'd be
That's
so
weird.
You want to get what?
No, you got Jack Nicholson and Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Anything they want to do, they can do. And
Yeah. Also, they're like, I think Clint Eastwood's like 90-something now.
They're both
If you can cancel him, he wouldn't give a shit anyway.
Exactly.
Right.
More time is about to get me.
I'll be dead in a couple of years. But,
I'm out of here.
Yeah, the crows would starve.
Right. There isn't enough meat on this thing. This leather.
Yeah. Jack Nicholson's such a great Iconic. I still remember the pictures of him.
I wonder if
on the beach with a sub. And
complete dad bod.
You know what I'm talking about?
That stomach was crazy. The hair on that man.
Hilarious.
All right, we're losing a guest. Check it out here.
Check it out.
Yeah, just
good luck tonight.
all
Go
right,
darts.
listen to Talking Under the Influence.
Yeah,
when we get
Talking
that
Under-
sucker back up and going.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks,
good luck.
guys.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks
Nice
for
to
coming.
meet all of you.
Yep.
It's nice meeting you.
Later.
Alrighty.
All right.
And there were three.
There were three. This seems like a familiar situation.
Yeah, this
People
is
just dropping off.
Oh my goodness, what happened to you guys? Is this trauma?
It is, yeah.
It's trauma.
I'll save this for another.
He said, I'm about to go to the bathroom.
So, what do you?
Okay, I was about to say, are these ocean sounds? I like this. This podcast has everything.
This has
Going to
become
sleep.
the meditation podcast.
Exactly. Hello, I'm
Enter your Zen garden.
Everybody
Wash
drink
your
their
legs.
beers over. It's gonna just become ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR. I think you make a lot of money off that nowadays.
Oh, definitely.
Let me turn you on.
Go on YouTube. Yeah, we're all gonna do a mukbang. I ordered a whole bunch of pad thai.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Muck, you had
it
me.
makes my stomach hurt when I think about
You
it.
had me at
Yeah.
fuck.
You guys hear about
Emphasis on the muck.
China's rocket? Coming
Oh,
back.
with the debris is landing
I
somewhere.
read something about
Yeah.
being worried at night.
They launched.
Not get racist.
I'm always worried at night.
Something being worried at night about Chinese people. Like, oh my god. It's like,
They launched a rocket with no plan to take it back to Earth, though.
Yeah.
They knew it was going to come back down. They just had no plan on how they were going to do that. It ended up
Really?
most of the debris burned up. Granted,
Yeah.
and it landed near India, so we were
Yeah,
really
Indian Ocean.
in no danger.
But they had no idea. They're just like
They
rolling
just
dice.
threw just threw it up there and had it come back. I don't know what they were thinking, but I just thought it was pretty fucking funny. Everyone's so worried, there's a rocket, falling back to Earth.
It's sad that I get my news from memes because I saw it in a meme something about pieces of a shuttle.
What was that old game kids would play where they just shot an arrow? They did that in the movie Grown Ups. You remember the movie Grown Ups where he shot the arrow in the air? What was it? And then they just run away from it.
Death.
I forgot.
Stupid.
Stupid. Yes,
Stupid.
of course.
You remember
Hooters.
1980s lawn games.
You ever hear about lawn darts?
Oh my! Yeah, they're banned. They're banned now.
No, lawn
Talk about
darts.
stupid.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
Why are lawn darts banned though? You never threw lawn darts at people.
People are dumb. They get drunk and then just.
I mean,
It only
hurt
takes
each other.
one injury for people to be like, all right, let's shut it down.
Put a warning label on here.
Because people always find their way.
They have a drunk neighbor and just throws it over the fence or something.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. All right, lawn darts.
And
R.I.P.
then
to the
Spot
child.
has to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll say Spot. That sounds better than Timmy. I feel like everything back in the day was just so much
More dangerous.
more dangerous, and they had
Uncaring.
uncaring. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we left our doors unlocked.
Exactly.
Isn't that kind of
So somebody walked in and murdered your family.
Till the Night Stalker killed half my neighborhood.
Exactly. Isn't the Night Stalker an actual serial killer?
Yes,
Yes,
from
exactly.
that time period,
Yeah,
the 80s.
exactly.
He was
Yo,
going
the
through
80s
people's
was
Wendy's.
popping for
Was he
serial
local?
killers, bro.
Windows. I said Wendy's. He's going through Windows, not Wendy's.
That would be more
Can I get the 4 for 4?
Four for you, motherfucker.
That's right, baby.
It's a plastic knife.
Damn it.
He's like, there's a finger in my chili. I'm suing you guys.
It's gonna take a while.
But you stay put.
Cutting the finger off.
This will be terrifying in a minute.
What were you saying, Jack?
Was he a local serial killer? Because I know we had one in Gainesville. I forget who he was.
I don't think he was local to us. Not to dox us.
Free-range
New night
chicken.
killer.
Well, he had to be local to somebody.
Night Stalker.
How could he kill people if he wasn't
He
local to
wasn't
somebody?
local to anybody.
No.
He killed his demons.
He traveled.
Yeah,
He was a touring
He
serial
had
killer.
so many frequent flyers.
He weekend at Bernie's all of his victims and just flew him back
On the airplane with the sunglasses on. Make sure she gets home
It
safe.
was the 90s. It was a different time period. It wasn't a problem. I think it was probably Chicago or a big city.
But was that 80s or was it not? It was 90s?
I think it was 80s. I think it was older.
I think it was
80s or
late
70s.
80s, early 90s was popping for serial killers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serial killers were out here.
They had those tag names.
Yo, Ted
tag
Bundy,
lines. that guy was from Florida.
Yeah, Ted Bundy was from Florida. But
There's
we had
another
a guy
one
in
in
Gainesville. That's what I forget
What's his
what his
name?
name was though, man.
Only we had some sort of
well.
device to figure it out.
Oh my goodness. But where would we find one?
We have a
Somebody
comedian
call
/
Elon
serial
Musk.
killer expert / slash gator farmer.
Is there a connection there?
No, I just made that shit up.
I was going to say, gator farming and serial
He bit me during the movie today. It was pretty weird.
I feel like he might have a little operation going on.
What was his name? The Gainesville Ripper. Why would they give them code names like that?
The Gainesville
That's what
Ripper.
builds the following.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
It's terrible.
The news is terrible.
Give him
the
a
media is
clue,
awful.
They've been doing better about not giving notoriety to like
Goodness.
shooters and stuff.
Back in the day, though, that was the
back
thing.
in the day, they were all about that.
Well, yeah, they were like they wanted to be famous. So they just went out and fucking did bad things.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like they fed into the name, and then the media had like sensational story.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's sad, but
they'll buy more papers.
People get when they're scared.
That's the bad part about the media. I mean, it's like a doctor hopes you get sick. Media hopes something bad happens because they can report on it.
Eat candy.
Yeah, it's not unfortunate circumstances.
It is.
Anymore.
It feeds into a circle.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, it just got really deep and dark all of a sudden.
Yeah. This is what we do with this podcast. This is my first time here.
I hope you guys.
This is my first time here.
I really wasn't. I didn't know what we're like. This podcast is pretty cool.
We really don't know either.
Listen.
We kind of just roll.
There was no like, you want to do a podcast? I was like, sure.
I got 6 index cards from last episode that I reused for preparation for this.
You want me to? I can give you some more index.
No, I'm gonna reuse those again. I have another sign. But yeah.
Anyways, what do you think of Dimitri Martin? He's
Martin,
my favorite comedian.
He is your favorite comedian? When I was younger, I didn't like him because I was like, where's all like the action and like where's the hopping around and act outs and stuff like that? But Dimitri Martin now, I'm like, oh my god, he's a genius.
He's a genius. And what about Bill Burr?
He's so funny. Bill Burr. Oh, I love Bill Burr.
Those are my two favorites.
I love him.
Are you familiar with Mitch Hedberg?
Yes. R.I.P.
He was
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah.
That's another one I didn't appreciate until I was older too.
I was gonna say when you said Dimitri Martin, they're kind of they follow the same kind of line.
But like, what was it? An escalator
Stephen
now?
Wright.
Do you remember?
Yes,
this escalator now stairs. Boy, what? I was like, this guy.
He's funny. Yeah, the joke is
why I hate
he's
drugs.
like an escalator can never be inconvenience.
Exactly.
They have the inconvenience signs on it. He's like it can only temporarily become stairs.
Exactly.
It can just be less convenient.
Well,
it can't be inconvenient. It's just less convenient.
Exactly. There's no out of order on that escalator.
And he's just like he has such a unique sense of humor, and he's like the one-liners. And Dimitri Martin is the same way.
Yeah.
It's like very direct, just kind of stupid
and
jokes.
you have the drawings too.
I remember the drawings.
Oh yeah, Dimitri Martin's really creative with this stuff.
Really,
I like Mitch Hedberg a lot.
Yeah,
too.
it sucks. He died so young, you know.
That's why I hate drugs.
Yeah.
What about
Can't do it.
speaking of, he didn't die young at all, but he did die, and he wasn't super old. George Carlin, I think he was.
Yeah,
he was quite a gem. Sadly,
another goat.
Yeah, he did do, I'm sure, lots of drugs in his
I would not be surprised.
All comedians did drugs.
Yeah. Well,
Robin Williams, the one you love from Flubber, did hell of drugs.
Well, that was the sad thing about Mitch Hedberg is like he had a lot of like social anxiety. You could tell like that's why he wore sunglasses on stage and stuff because he was like. Really,
I didn't know that, but I was just like he looked really cool.
He would wear like sunglasses like a lot of the time like aviator like mirrored lenses and he would close his eyes like he didn't even want to look at the audience because he was so like and then he did a lot of drugs because
he's like, why am I giving a show to dragons?
He's a funny guy, but if you watch some of his older stand-ups, like you'll see, you can definitely tell he's like kind of uncomfortable when he always wears sunglasses. Yeah, funny guy though, really funny guy.
You know who Carrot Top is, right?
Yes.
My dad, he went to UCF and he actually saw Carrot Top before he got like really famous.
Before he got ripped.
Yeah, before he did steroids. Speaking of comedians doing drugs, look up a before and after on Carrot Top, everybody.
We saw him on Cameo, and oh my god.
Yeah, that's I'd be pretty terrified if he walked in here right now.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't know what to expect.
So you think that was a self-defense thing? Like, people talk shit about him all the time, and he's just like, I'm just going to keep getting ripped, and like, the bigger I get, the less likely people are going to talk shit about me.
I mean, I don't think it works.
I don't blame him. It works for me.
Listen.
Yeah, but
the greatest
silly guy
in the world.
Yeah, but very, very good. Gallagher's
oh my god, I saw Gallagher one of his last shows.
What?
What?
Crazy. I didn't know. I was like, you're so young.
Years ago, man.
Gallagher's?
Years ago.
Wow. Classic.
This is probably about 5 years ago I saw Gallagher.
Yeah. 5 years ago? That's fairly recent.
5 or 6 years ago.
How old was that man?
he didn't do anything after the show to say hi to anybody. He was taking a shower. He was done. But
away by medics.
I was like, can he lift the mallet?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Exactly.
He did.
Wow.
You know how he does things where he's like, if you have a birthday, you can come up on a birthday this year. You can come up on stage and smash something. So my dad,
something.
if you have a birthday this year, and everyone obviously, it's a joke.
He's talking it. That's the
Anybody who wants to,
I was gonna say, if you're talking to the new generation, you say smash someone. Like,
having a birthday.
Yeah, smash someone.
We're to smash Gary.
So my dad and I both went up there, and he was talking to the audience. We're sitting behind him, like waiting to smash something, and it's like 5 or 6 people that went up there.
like crush something with.
Dude, I can't say. I felt like I was in an elderly home when I was in there. By the way, you're right. He is an older comedian.
Yeah.
Oh, but he whips back, like making a joke with like a Hershey syrup bottle.
Yeah.
And literally, I looked like a fucking bandit. Went right across my eye. It was incredible aim if you meant to do it. But it hurt pretty damn bad. I got tongue here in my eyes. But I looked cool as shit.
My final memories.
I thought you meant like his wrist snapped when he whipped it back. And
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like,
He didn't target right at me. It was like a sweeping motion.
Yeah.
He got my dad too, but nowhere near his eyes. It was like on his chest. And like curved up to my eyes.
Man, like I'm suing you.
Never. It was an
I'm
amazing
taking you
show.
for all your gallon money.
And then my dad,
Watermelon money is mine.
my dad went to smash a bag of flour with the Sledge-O-Matic, and he completely fucking whiffed.
Wait, he didn't crush Gallagher's head, did he? That would be a terrific,
dangerous,
horrific.
Yeah, no, completely.
That's what
fucking
happened to
whiffed.
Gallagher.
The whole audience just laughed at him.
course.
Oh, it was
He
great.
was gun shy.
Rest in peace,
I
Gallagher.
don't remember. I think I smashed a slice of cake or something. I actually hit it though.
Yeah, cake's a pretty easy target. I feel like.
Yeah,
But it was just a slice.
I thought flour was an easy target too.
Yeah.
You ever go golfing? The
I
golf
have.
ball seems like an easy fucking target. It's not.
Yeah, I haven't hit it with a mallet yet, but that would be cool. That would be fun.
Oh man.
You ever see those smash rooms? Apparently, where you just pay money.
Yes. You
break
just
stuff,
go in
I haven't
and
done
you
that.
release all your anger on everything.
I'm not that angry that I need to
No.
be inside. I want to organize.
I feel like
It's expensive too.
You should maybe get put on a list if you go to one of those. Like
Yeah,
the
exactly.
FBI's got you on a list somewhere. Like,
You can't buy a firearm.
He goes to smash rooms every day.
Yeah, exactly. Let's watch
Once a
this
week at
guy. Yeah,
least.
let's just keep an eye on him.
FBI doesn't know what a smash room
This
is.
guy shouldn't
They're
be.
like, what's wrong with him going to the strip clubs?
This guy shouldn't be a guidance counselor. We should remove him from this.
Yes.
School bus driver.
What about Wayne Brady? What do you think of Wayne Brady?
Wayne Brady? Wayne Brady's hilarious.
I fucking
Bro,
love Wayne
literally.
Oh, Wayne Brady's amazing.
Whose line is it anyway? We used
That
to watch that all
amazing
the time
show.
when I was a kid, and my dad would always
Colin.
say, "Those people are looking at something on a screen that's past it." And I was like,
No, hell no.
That's pure improv." They're just
Yeah,
doing
it is. Yeah,
Wayne Brady.
I
think-
love that show.
My favorite game they play on that show is when they put Colin in front of a green screen and he has to guess what's going on behind him based what Ryan and usually the guest, sometimes Wayne, say about what's going on the screen.
Bro, just so good.
I like how Wayne has a monopoly on all the music games on that show.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
I remember the Roto-Rooter song. So good. Oh my
Yes.
God. Right.
You know what Wayne's doing now, right?
It's a game show of some sort.
He's a host?
Yeah, he's a host on some game show. It's not.
Come on down.
It's
Same.
Wheel of Fortune? No.
Do you know who
Price
used
is
to?
Right?
Yep.
What?
Do you know who used to host Price is Right?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey. You know who hosted Who's Line?
Yeah.
We're going full fucking circle here,
Just
dude.
going down.
Anyways, this kind of leads into something that we want to do on the show sometime, and I think it'd be really funny.
Since we're Matt.
Well, I'm gonna get my neighbors and I'm gonna tell them, "Come on down."
Yeah. No, we
My
want to do
old
Price
neighbors.
is Right, but with the Wish app. Pretty
Yes.
much.
With the Wish app? I don't think
Yeah.
I'm familiar with the Wish app.
You don't know-
Oh, wait a minute.
Aladdin.
The Wish app? Oh my God.
Yeah, they
It's
sell
like-
children in like dressers and stuff.
It's like what was it? I think there was a meme going around.
There-
Like, I ordered this from Wish.
It's been a
and-
meme,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
There's
oh
a
my
lot
gosh.
of like
It's like
rip-off things like
that's
that
hilarious.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alakazam.
exactly.
It's like things that you think would be like $3,000, and it's like 95% off. It's $3. So that's why we want to do it that
We're
way.
actually gonna do a whole episode with just equipment from Wish.
Yes,
We're gonna do a microphone.
there's a mixer on Wish. It's like I think $30.
We're gonna do
Why
it all.
does my voice sound Arabian?
It's gonna be 8-bit voices.
Middle of the
Yeah,
sentence.
exactly.
Mario sound.
It's like we've had helium the whole time.
exactly.
It's just gonna be.
That's hilarious.
It's gonna sound like a logging into AOL.
Yeah, the sound. America offline.
Somebody call. Fuck! I got disconnected.
Exactly.
I can't get the call because by the time I get disconnected, they're not gonna be on there.
Exactly. Anyone that is at least 15 years old, you have no idea.
Yeah, you have no
You
idea
have
the
no
pain.
And this is the old head
We've
portion of the
suffered.
show.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, just no.
logging in.
Logging in with the
I feel like I need to find-
a CD for the internet? What?
Yeah, a trial. You
Right.
get 30 minutes to 60 minutes.
One thing I don't like about modern technology is I'll wake up and my phone will be like updated. I'll be like, I didn't fucking do that. I didn't want that shit to update.
But we did it for
That's-
you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Convenient.
It's okay, Jack.
I'm like, oh.
You guys,
Don't call me that.
Why are you talking to me?
Why are you
phone?
talking to me?
you guys ready for the modem sound? 56K.
Oh, yes.
When you're trying to log in.
Bring me back.
ASMR here.
Some ASMR.
Bring me back.
I'm going to make sure I turn it down a little bit first.
I'm gonna close
You hear
my
those
eyes.
birds?
Ooh, those birds. Oh. Yep.
Here it comes. The drop.
Is this the brown note? Because I just shit myself.
This is bliss.
We haven't hit the drop yet, though. Oh, that's... Dude, oh, they're different versions of the plugins. This is a 1200.
Yeah.
This was upgraded in 1984. We're getting there.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. That's... Man. That's not dead sound at all. Come on, like...
No, the early.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, 1991.
Yes.
We're getting closer. I think we need to go a little further in the future. I think the next generation of modems
I think I was alive
We had
when it
Windows
happened.
98 or 99.
Yeah, 95, 99.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe I was.
98, yeah, 91. This is from 91, so we haven't gotten to the...
That's how
Top
being poor
evolution.
changed my
I
life.
feel
Because
like
I
I
had
was
no
alive.
idea. We got to the internet late.
Very
We could not
late.
afford a computer. And
All right, we didn't need... Yeah,
I had no idea the internet was out. Like, to me, the internet
Yeah.
came out in 98, 90.
I was the giver. I was the giver of Wi-Fi.
I remember I was in high school before we had like a computer that was hooked to 56K, and it was like the family computer. It was like in the middle of our living room. It was like, maybe there it is. 56K. That's 1998. That's the sound we're looking for.
That's right, baby. That
Yeah.
well, American
But I
Walker.
remember it was a family computer, and it's like, remember like over the summer I was off for school, and it was like, me and my brother would fight over the computer, and then my dad would get on it. And
It's my turn to watch porn.
yeah, exactly. My mom had a very good filtering
Where's the
system.
shuffle button?
Sister, listen.
We couldn't figure it out at the time. It wasn't so much the filtering we could get past, but the fact that she could find that we looked at it. We couldn't hide our
Nope.
traces so well.
I think it was funny. We all used to have like a family computer room.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now it's everyone has a laptop in the house.
phones-
Everyone has a smart TV.
Well,
everyone's
every
a smartphone.
phone is like way more capable than the computers, like
Yes.
from when I grew up.
Yeah,
Like, you can get
yeah.
everything way faster. It's better
absolutely crazy.
resolution. Yeah, you can't hide that kind of stuff.
Game consoles that do literally everything.
I trade on my phone. Like day
Like
trade.
Pokemon
Yeah, my
cards.
brother was doing that.
I'm really into the scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, this phone does everything a computer
You can do
does
anything.
almost. You can do anything you want.
It's scary.
Everybody,
People have their houses
whoever's
hooked
out
to their
there, you can
phones.
do whatever you want.
They turn the lights on. They can do.
Apple, you can do whatever.
Yeah. Scary stuff. But cool. Very cool at the same time. It's
Yeah,
like
of
a
course.
double-edged sword.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like amazing, but
Pros and
also
cons.
terrifying.
I don't think about the scary stuff.
Yeah.
Think
Mostly
about,
those things.
People
yeah.
taping over their webcams.
Yeah, I actually have that too. On this laptop right here.
I don't
actually.
like how they watch me.
I have a camera for my PlayStation because I got PSVR, and I literally just like move it back behind the TV and tilt it up, so all they see is the black back of my TV.
You think you have a team?
You don't
have one FBI.
Not just one FBI. You got a whole squad. They're just like, "Ugh,
dang it!
dang it. Send him in to his house or his work location and bother him.
Stop him. Gotta get some feet on the
Watch
ground.
his cameras there.
Let's suggest that he should point his camera towards him.
This art is amazing.
Oh, thank you. It's actually my grandma actually brought these over the
I
weekend.
knew it. This is grandma.
Yes.
This is grandma's.
She
house.
painted it. Well, she painted it herself. To
She
be
did
fair,
it?
yeah,
Love
she was
it.
an artist, but yeah, she brought over in that other room he came in.
'Cause my grandma
She mostly
definitely
decorated that
has-
one. Yeah.
Yeah, like art like this.
Well, they're selling they have a house in Alabama, and then they have a house down here. And they're
Roll Tide.
selling some stuff. Yeah, actually, no, they're not at Roll Tide. They're Auburn.
God bless them.
Yeah, Auburn. They're definitely Auburn. My grandpa actually went to Auburn University.
I don't know what
Chocolate
Auburn is.
stout. It's basically like have the FSU and you have the Gators.
Yeah.
before
I
it.
just don't know the thing to say.
Oh no, I don't. War Eagle. I think it's War Eagle. 'Cause they have a. It's funny. They have an eagle.
They just say War Eagle, or do they go?
No, they say War Eagle. Astra High School. Their mascot was eagle.
That's pretty cool.
It's weird. I mean, it's kind of weird, but not
They
really.
should have had it be the MTV astronaut guy.
but then
Oh, that's dope.
that would have been really
The
cool.
MTV action. When MTV was MTV.
MTV, and then they turned
it's on
into 2
the
and 3, and then you're like,
We had no idea what was going to happen to MTV when the Jersey Shore came.
Oh Lord!
I was enjoying it so much, but I was like,
true.
this means something.
Beavis and Butthead.
Get ready for
music
this to do
videos.
whatever. Yeah.
You know what
Celebrity
reminds me of Jersey Shore?
Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness.
I know Jack's gonna hate it because I talked about it before.
good.
Amazing though.
Oh,
I agree.
I've seen clips of it.
That was another show.
I
If my
actually
brother was still here, he could tell you. We would go to our grandma's house, and my mom would do laundry over there because we have like a washer machine and a dryer. And they had cable, and they had MTV, and that was like the most exciting thing: Celebrity Deathmatch, watching MTV.
Oh, and
Beavis and Butthead.
was Undressed a show that was on MTV or VH1? Because I remember Undressed, and that was definitely like porn.
I have no idea.
Definitely like porn.
That sounds
never heard of
familiar.
it. Yeah.
I remember that like time period where they had those
Probably
type of
VH1.
shows.
Yes.
You remember they had like storage? No, it wasn't Storage Wars. I was still gonna say Storage Wars. It wasn't. It was definitely not Storage Wars.
We're talking about porn right now.
Yeah. It was, the name was similar, but like the people would like would go into the girl's house and then like, or it was a girl that would go into all these guys' house and go through their room.
Room Raiders.
Room Raiders, yes.
That was an
They
era
go through
for
drawers
dating
and
shows
stuff.
too. Like
Yes,
Next,
that's what
Room
I'm saying.
Raiders,
Next,
and,
and then like they had a whole series of stuff.
bruh.
Yeah,
Parental Control.
Parental Control.
Oh, I love Parental Control.
That was the same era. Yeah.
That's so funny to me.
Bruh.
Yeah. That's funny that you know that was a show.
My
Was that-
sister, my
that was a
sister's a
show.
little bit older than me, so
Come on
I
now.
watched them
Yeah.
with her.
I was gonna say because that wasn't on later because that was in the same era. Like Next, I remember that was the bus game where they got off on the bus and then there would be a girl and there would be a bunch of guys on a bus and
Yes.
whenever she got tired of the guy, she'd be like
Yeah.
next, and they would have to stop the date and then another guy would have to come in
And
off the bus.
OG Blind Date.
Yeah, OG.
Blind Date. In that
Blind Date.
Disgusting hot tub.
Yes.
Oh god!
They had the pop-ups. the
Yes,
little pop-ups.
yeah, exactly. With the mind bubbles.
Yes, the
Bruh.
mind bubbles.
Oh my god.
That was like
What
meme.
era?
That was like a memes before memes were memes.
Exactly.
It was like a
It
meme
really
show.
was.
Yeah, people just didn't know.
Yeah, imagine if it came out now. We should
Take me
revamp it.
I've actually done. It's funny. I've done some like editing where I've taken like movie videos and like I love like alternate endings. I don't know if you've seen these on YouTube where they'll take a movie and they'll edit another movie clip in it and it'll be like kind of stupid, like ridiculous, like Die Hard. There's like a scene where it's like John McClane sees the bad guy and then he just kicks him off the roof and then it shows a clip of him editing him falling. It's like a lot of times it's like movies that like the problem could be solved very early in the movie
exactly.
and they usually
Common
cut
sense.
it. Yeah, they cut
Exactly.
it like they edit it in a certain way where they fixed it.
There's a channel that does that like animated. It's called How It Should Have Ended.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen
I like
before.
that.
I
Yes,
like that
They're
yes.
funny.
Yes.
But they do that, but they take like either scenes from that same movie or the other scenes and they'll like edit it in together. So it's just like it's really funny because you see like what realistically they should have done and like it would have been like a lot of horror movies and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, horror
Yeah,
movies,
but when I was younger, I would come across like alternate ending because there's a bunch. It's like a whole thing on YouTube where they just take different movies and make funny endings, like realistic endings.
dang man.
And yeah, so I just remember that's where I kind of got into video editing and. I lost what I was talking about. I don't remember. I don't remember the first thing we were talking about. What were we talking about?
Before MTV.
Next. Oh, the pop-up bubbles. Yeah, I made a video with it. Just I did that because it's.
Fuck are the pop-up bubbles?
So it's like they'll have like a thought bubble above one person's heads, and they'll put like they'll write the writers.
Was this
that say
all
I'm
MTV
funny.
or was this just on like one show?
No, this was VH1. Or was it VH1?
Was it VH1?
I think it was.
Okay,
VH1.
but was
Yeah.
it channel wide or was it just like one show?
This show?
Yeah,
okay, it was
called.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was that show, and then they had pop-up video, which was a thing too.
Pop-up video.
Where it was the same idea where they followed, kind of like they took from that show, and they would show like music videos, but it would have like either trivia about the video, like this is how this was made, and then or they would have like different things that would come up.
Yeah, that was
during the
one,
music video.
I love the whatever era. Like I love the 70s. I
Yes,
love the 90s.
yes.
Oh, I've seen that.
They would
Yeah.
kind of inform you on more stuff. I love videos like that with movies or like music where the person will be talking about the work of art and they'll like, go into detail about how it was made, like in the movie, like or whatever. That stuff's really cool.
You ever seen How It's Made?
I think
What a good segue.
His name is actually Mark Summers, which is
The guy who
I don't
does
think
the
he's
voiceover?
related to me. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
but he did Good Eats too. I don't know if you ever saw that.
No, I've never seen
I've
Good Eats.
never seen that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like the show, How It's Made.
Oh, I love
I just
How
would
It's
never
Made.
like follow it, but
Just put me to sleep.
it's right. No,
Isn't
in a
it-
soothing way, not a boring way.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so weird that we find stuff like that entertaining. Like it seems so boring, but then you look at it, and you're like, this is fascinating.
Exactly. It touches a space in my life.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay here.
If I was on cable still, I think the only thing I'd probably watch is Impractical Jokers. If I was still a cable watcher.
I never really got into
that, but I never
Really?
watched a lot, yeah.
Wow.
But those boys got big. Goodness.
Yeah.
Funny as hell.
I've seen it before. They're ballsy, but it's like the whole idea behind the show kind of gets a little old pretty quick for me. Because, like, they tell them they have to do something, right? And then they have to do it. And it's just like, I don't know. I wish it would evolve a little bit. Not always, but
that is usually the formula.
I wish they would change the formula a little bit.
But the thing is, like, they're pretty creative when they tell people to do stuff.
Yeah.
And then not to mention the punishments are incredible.
The punishments are like...
They made Q, like, instruct an art class one time, and then it was a bunch of kids and their parents in there. And he had to go and paint a red X over everyone's paintings.
Yeah.
And they tricked him, too, because it was supposed to be, like, the last challenge before they did the punishment. But they go, well, if you fail this challenge... It was, like, mid-challenge, and he, like, said he wasn't going to do it. And they go, well, now for your punishment, you have to put an X in everybody's.
Yeah.
And punishments are more severe than the challenge. Like, you're like, it's either do the punishment or be off the show, I think, is their thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he had to, he only had to put one X, and he denied to do it.
The rules of this.
And he ended up having to put an X on everybody's paintings in the room, and it was so hard to watch.
I watched
react?
They were
one of them
heartbreaking. The last one was
the last girl, she goes, if you do this, I'll never forgive you.
Oh my
and then he did it, and she goes, I really don't like you right now.
That was pretty brutal. I did see that one.
That show was great.
It is good. I enjoy it.
Some of the punishments are dumb, though. Like, Sal's apparently scared of cats, but...
Really?
Who the fuck is scared of cats? That's such a lie. Like, that's such an easy punishment. To have a guy in a cat suit chase you down, like...
they play that up, I think. Definitely.
But then they had one where Q had spiders crawling on him, and I wouldn't do that.
Nah.
I'd be off the show instantaneously.
Yeah, I'm not on that.
No.
Don't do that.
Not a fan of spiders.
Definitely not. Actually, here's another really good topic. I never thought about bringing this in the show. It's like an ancient memory of mine now. I think I was maybe 9 or 10, and my dad set up a Fear Factor birthday party for me.
Oh.
It was pretty cool. We'd like reach our hands in the box, and there were like roaches and shit in there, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't remember everything. I have to talk to him about it.
It was actually roaches?
Like real roaches?
He actually had some pretty gross stuff going on, yeah. He dropped me 100 feet out of a helicopter onto cement.
He had inside
Climbing the wheelchair now, boy.
You were climbing on the back of a semi.
We didn't get any money, though.
Backflipping into a field of cactuses.
Trapeze between two buildings.
No, I'll have to talk to him about it. I'll bring it back to the show sometime and see if I can remember more about it.
Crazy. Is that when they took you from your father?
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time with
my dad worked for child services at that time.
It took him a while to get the point.
He was like, man, maybe I should arrest myself.
Please. Everything was regulated. I promise.
He's like, I know Steve's not going to come for me. We're good. Oh, man.
Joe Rogan's... The story that Joe Rogan... Like, okay, I didn't know Joe Rogan was a comedian until, like, fairly recently. I
actually didn't know that either. I've always known him as the Fear Factor guy.
Dude.
And then, like, the UFC guy.
That's why I didn't check out his comedy.
Yeah. All I knew was UFC.
And he's been
I didn't even know about that.
Apparently for a while.
And then after I found out he was a comedian, I was like, he's probably not that funny. Woo! This man
He's actually,
hilarious.
He is.
Oh, my goodness.
I remember stumbling across him, like, a little bit after Fear Factor and seeing, like, a special of his or like, on YouTube or something. I was like... Yeah, he's got some funny stuff.
So funny.
I'm going to look into that a little bit. I'm curious.
He is. We're going to get him on the show next week.
OG comments.
Could you imagine? I think he has like, 100 million viewers or something?
Oh, yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah,
he's
wild,
so crazy.
He created the concept of podcasts.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. Got bought out by Spotify. It's like...
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Mr. Rogan.
No, not quite. No. It's pretty incredible, you know? He's got a huge following. That happened. I don't know. I didn't really know much of him. You know, I remember him from Fear Factor.
UFC guy that
I remember seeing after that was UFC, and then Superstar.
I mean, we've all seen the meme of him and the two other guys like freaking out because that one occasion. I forget what it was, but That's all I ever knew him for was that meme.
The meme? What meme is this? I'm not familiar with this
Jamie,
meme.
clip that.
Jamie, yeah. Jamie, look it up.
No.
Damn it, Jamie went to dark game. Fuck. No.
I think it was an MMA fight, and I think it was like a female MMA fight, and one of them kicked the shit out of the other girl, and they like just freaked out.
Oh.
Let me see.
Joe Rogan, woman kicking the.
Yeah. Joe Rogan.
Here it is. You guys will recognize it just from those little frames right there, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you've seen that
looks
before.
Familiar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If only we had video. Oh.
Soon enough.
Anyways, that was like the first thing I ever saw of him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I just remember him, Fear Factor, and then a little bit later, UFC commentator, and then, apparently he's been in some movies too. He's a comedian. But I have listened to his podcast fairly recently. Started listening to.
What's your guys' favorite game show? Speaking of like Fear Factor and stuff like that.
Game show?
Yeah, we talked about Price is Right already. Fear Factor.
There's a lot of like stupid ones.
And I'll even take like survival shows too.
Like Survivor.
Yeah, like Survivor, and also
Deal or No Deal.
I'll even take The Bachelor if you guys like that one. Or
I've never watched
what was Too Hot to Handle on Netflix?
The Bachelor on Netflix. Too Hot to Handle.
Too Hot to Handle.
What?
They put a bunch of attractive people on an island and tell them not to have sex.
You told me about that. I didn't.
And it's
It's actually pretty
for money
because they can win $100,000
That's easy.
if they don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cake.
That's like a
Dude, I thought so too, and I still do because I'm not a fucking horny bastard or anything.
You know, if this was the
She's
90s,
so gorgeous. Just wait,
This was last year, man.
I'm saying if this was the 90s, it'd be on MTV. That show would be on
exactly.
MTV.
Oh my god.
Well, they didn't actually have any, nudity in there. Or anything.
Along with the real world.
But, no,
Yes.
give it a watch. It's actually pretty entertaining. It's not a good show, but it's
Road
entertaining.
Rules.
Of course.
Anyways,
Yeah.
what you guys is like?
Do you guys remember Dog Eat Dog?
No,
I
I've
remember
never
the
seen
name.
that.
I remember seeing that, but
it was
I
a
always
short-lived
pass over
thing.
it.
Yeah, it was stupid.
My
I don't even remember the concept, other than people would turn their back on each other and they'd vote people. And
I have no
whatever.
idea.
You can have to
Total
look
Drama
that up,
Island, right?
Wow.
Right. I'm kidding.
Does that count?
That's a cartoon. I was just saying, that doesn't.
That's not
I don't
real.
think
I remember
so.
they took that girl's top off in one episode, and it was like all
Cartoons.
blurred.
Listen.
The blonde girl?
I don't remember, dude.
Was it the goth girl?
No, it wasn't.
I gotta do
girl.
some.
Couldn't have been the goth
I gotta do
girl.
some
Dude,
research
the
after the
goth
show.
girl. That would have been a problem. It must have been the blonde girl.
Yeah, it's probably the blonde girl.
No, my favorite game show though is MXC, the old one. It
That's
was like a
interesting.
Japanese game
Yeah.
show. They dubbed over. I
dubbed
loved
over.
it.
Wait.
Hilarious.
Oh, so now you like the dubs?
Yes.
Interesting.
I like the dubs when they're not serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
like
know-
they'd always
that's
say
funny.
something before they do the obstacle course. I love crab legs. And then
It was always
They
that.
had some really good lines in there too.
Yeah, really.
Like from the announcers
they
and
had good writers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. It was almost like Power Rangers because it was like an actual Japanese game show, but then they turned into something else.
Exactly.
It looked like some of the falls in there look painful. Like Wipeout, they bounce off the ball.
I was just about to
so
say.
what?
That was pretty
But
Wipeout.
MXC was brutal, dude.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
people
there
were
were some
getting hurt
bad
in
ones.
there.
Yeah, that was like before Ninja Warrior, right?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that
Oh,
was
yeah.
the precursor to all of
It
that.
was. Yeah,
I think MXC was probably early 90s. Early to mid 90s.
Something like that.
If
when you look at it, it looks like
It looks
like
great.
video quality.
Would you consider that like a game show? Like,
Oh yeah,
same-
that's definitely a
So
game.
what-
We're not getting hurt for
What
nothing.
about like BattleBots? Do you remember that?
was so
BattleBots
dope.
is a game show.
Yes.
Oh, and I could
2003.
I never knew what schedule it was on.
I know.
Because I would just catch it and just be
I've been trying to get
amazed.
this guy into because it's like BattleBots, and then there was another one. I can't remember. It was very nowadays they have a different one.
Wait a minute, time out.
Have you seen that one? Have you seen that one really quick knockout with the BattleBot just sweeping behind up one and just scooping it up? Hold on, I'm gonna
Yes,
see it.
I've seen-
Have you seen?
I've
It was
seen
like a
several.
black. It was like hold on, BattleBot's fastest knockout. That's what it was.
There was a guy. There was one dude that was just like a savage. He had this like spike blade thing that came down. I can't remember what his name was, but he was like, so they had house robots.
Yeah.
That were like the ones they made, and he was like incapacitating those things, and they were like built on a different scale. Like they had like limitations for the contestants, and then the house bots were like,
Yeah, you told me about House Spot.
yeah.
And you told me about this one house spot that was like insane, and I thought it was gonna be like this big fucking robot, and it actually was not that big. It was just like grab robots and fucking flip them.
But
right?
it was huge. The freaking executioner guy,
Yeah,
like,
that's
he had
what
like a
you're
little
talking
claw on the land, or Sir Kill-a-Lot. Sir Kills-a-Lot, I think it was his name. Yeah, he was huge compared to the other robots. I mean, were you thinking like a actual?
I'm thinking of like an actual like a humanoid looking robot.
No,
you can't come in there.
Yeah, I know.
No, not the same size.
You're thinking about like Transformers.
He was shaped like a human, but he wasn't as big as a human. Like he was really tiny, like even compared to the robots.
You thought
and
he
he
was
picked him up and he like
Transformers?
fucking body slammed him. I thought.
Oh, you're talking about that's not BattleBots.
I was about to say
That's different.
Ridiculous.
So that is actually a thing I talked to him about too. No, they build these mini robots for wrestling, and it's like a Japanese thing. It's like an actual show.
Of course.
And there's one, I think his name's Saga, Saaga or something like that. It's this little white robot thing. And that model or whatever, like they have competitions. They have little ref bots. They have little bow ties, and they'll like walk out there and they grab their arms and like it's so ridiculous. And they get points for knocking the other robots down. But this one, his name's like the one that's Saga. I watch a lot of his videos because I'm kind of a super fan. He's like he's undefeated. It's funny. He has like his own anime like storyline because it shows like his first fights he lost to this other robot. But anyway, he like grabs them and like power bombs them and like it's the coolest thing ever. And they're these mini little bots.
I need that.
Oh, I stumbled across it one day on YouTube.
Fighting.
Yeah, it's like it's not as intense as BattleBots. BattleBots have like whipping blades of steel,
like actual saws.
shredding stuff.
Like,
it's like miniature, like actual like wrestling bots. But
all that
it's still
hard
interesting.
work gone in seconds.
Thousands of dollars and motors and actuators and stuff just like burned up. And then they'll have like a guy named Tombstone. He's got like
there's one that had a flamethrower on it.
Yeah, they have a lot of flamethrowers. Those are like flashy. Those
are crazy.
Those never work for them. Like 90%
because you're trying to burn metal. I mean,
well, 90% of the time it's a bigger like problem for them because then that fucking bladder with the fuel like ruptures and it usually burns itself up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The flamethrower is like total trash. I actually was reading a little bit about that show and they said some of the producers made people like add flamethrowers if it wasn't like flashy enough. Like they made them put them in.
Of course,
and it makes sense because I always thought I was like, there's no way that the flamethrower never adds any value to your thing. Yeah, it always backfires.
I would feel like if you could hit them long enough, which I'm sure it's hard, you could like weld their joints together.
It's not so much the welding; you can get their circuitry. Like you can melt their circuitry
wires,
down,
I guess.
which has happened like in 1 out of 10 fights. Like there's been like 1 or 2 robots over the years that like can actually use it effectively and be protected, being protected enough to where it won't like explode when someone hits you.
Imagine if they had one that could like rise up and it had like 4 legs and it could get the other robot under it and just like blow a flame on top of it. Just like take a flame shit on top of it.
Oh my goodness.
There was a robot that was like almost like that. It had these little robotic legs. And it was so like overproduced, and it was like it looked crazy. It had a hammer on top of it that would rotate around. It had like a flamethrower in the hammer.
My goodness!
And then like the cheapest robot literally had like a little bit of a slant on the front of it. They probably spent like 1/10 of money just like ran into it, and it just like fell over sideways. It was like, oh, you lose. It was like, dude, that's not practical, but that's awesome.
God.
That looks amazing. Yeah.
Trying to get wins here.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
All this money.
Game shows wise, I would say like one of those BattleBots or like.
That'd be your favorite?
My favorite, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a couple different versions, but I think it was BattleBots. The one that was from the UK that had the house bots and all that was the go-to. I think that was the good one. There was one that was like not as good. I can't think of the name of it. There was like 2 different ones, but yeah, that was my go-to game show probably. There's been so many good ones though.
Game shows were a big thing back in.
If they made a show like Running Man, you guys seen Running Man?
Yeah.
Like for real, that would be.
You know Running Man, Greg? Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
No, I haven't seen it.
Ooh.
I haven't seen it.
It's like a game show, and he has to fight for his life.
Oh, I think I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't rebooted that. Yeah, I'm shocked.
Because all the movies that come back.
Who would you put in it now if they did reboot it? What?
They would figure somebody. Yeah.
We're just gonna
CGI him. Yeah. We'll CGI him down like 40 years
We
younger.
did young Tony Stark now.
And young Luke Skywalker.
Exactly.
And Professor X probably.
We can do remakes till infinity.
Yeah. I think we can do it.
Bring them back.
Let's do it. Yeah. Running Man. Actually, that's a really good.
That's all people are doing now, just remakes, because
I
they're like, well, this worked, and so we're not going to take any chances because we don't want the studio to get shut down or canceled.
Speaking of movies that are horrible but are very enjoyable to watch, like Running Man, Venom 2.
Pacific Rim.
Venom 2 just got announced.
Going to be in the cut. I got to watch all the Marvel movies, all of them.
I haven't seen Venom 1 either.
I saw Venom 1.
You have? Oh.
Not that good.
It's not a good movie.
I've heard that.
It's entertaining.
On the
I've
scale
heard
of
that.
Marvel movies?
Yeah.
No, Venom's bad, but it's enjoyable.
So the thing about it is, like, I'm kind of want to watch it, but every time I see it, it's like on, like, you got to buy it to rent it. And I'm like, why is this still not? Why can't I see this on a streaming platform?
It's because it's owned by Sony.
Yeah, that's probably why. Yeah,
Sony.
I do want to watch.
That's why it's 7 months after the release of Demon Slayer, and we just got to watch it today.
Right.
Because of Sony. Hey, Sony, fuck
Fucking
you.
Sony.
Well,
we hit Disney, we might as well hit the other.
Hey,
juggernauts.
Nintendo, fuck you. Hey, Nestle, fuck
You
you.
hear the mouse. This podcast will get shut down.
Water is a human right, Nestle.
Go fuck yourself,
Water is a privilege.
Nestle.
And we'll take your water away.
I'll drink that water still.
Colonel from KFC. Fuck you too. Give us your ingredients.
They're gonna suck the water.
All 11 herbs.
Stop holding out on us.
I don't even like it.
We're in like dire times now. Can you let us know what the spices are? We might not make it to next week.
How's this detrimental?
I don't know. I think it's the cure to
Give us the
all of our
space.
problems.
COVID, it's one of the 11 herbs. Please, Colonel.
It cures you.
The Colonel wouldn't give that up even if he did.
No, he wouldn't.
It's the new vaccine.
He'd be selling a great deal though.
Exactly.
A family
Come
meal
to
deal
find out about it. KFC, if you want to live.
for the next week. Yeah.
If Nestle had the opportunity, they would suck the water out of us like Monsters Inc. sucked the screams out of Mike Wazowski.
Oh my goodness, that is a morbid. That is a morbid visual. Just seeing the water being sucked out of you.
Dude,
Just a husk.
that's like
All
a
70% good.
it's like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
That really is
Brutal. Or like rain or something. Like you can control water. He's like suck your fucking life.
Oh my goodness.
Or the dude that sucks your soul out of your body.
Yeah, Sun Tzu takes the
Shang-Chi
straw
Sun.
and just...
Yeah.
The Mortal Kombat movie was also bad. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Hey, we've all seen it.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
I
I mean, the
seen it.
story. I looked at the. It made me want to look at the lore because I was
Yeah.
like, "Is Sub-Zero? What did Sub-Zero do this stuff?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, the original Sub-Zero."
He's an asshole.
Yeah, he was.
How
evil.
about...
Yeah. I thought the same thing. I had seen the first movies and I know a little bit about the lore.
Yeah.
But I was watching the movie and I'm like, why?
Yeah,
I
why
thought
is-
Sub-Zero was a good guy.
So I was like, "No, my
And then I
Sub-Zero."
looked back and I was like, okay, well, Sub-Zero in the first movie was a bad guy.
Yes.
And then in the second movie, there was a Sub-Zero that was a good guy, but he was his brother.
Exactly.
So he wasn't the original Bi-Han, who then becomes Noob Saibot, which is an anagram of the two guys that made the movie, Ed Boon and or the game rather, Tobias something or another.
What'd you think of the new character, the main character?
Cole? No.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. We
Thank
can all
you.
agree on that.
I
was like,
hated him.
Hey, no.
Hated him.
And I was like, okay, it's just so weird. It's like no training and everything.
No.
And they get their
His power.
And
And his powers were so
What is
strong.
his power?
I thought he was
fucking
I thought
golden
his power
shirt.
was to like
Abercrombie
return the
Fitch
energy
shirt.
back to them, like
I think you read into it. Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, no, he's just blocking things.
Yeah, you're like, I've given this
blocking
way too
really
much
well.
credit.
I was thinking,
Not
I'm thinking
cool at all.
deeper into this than the.
He said the same thing, and then after he said that, I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, I think you were thinking too much into it.
Yeah,
And then his
I
little
was.
weapons were so dumb
Yeah.
too. Like,
Dude, I hated that
how do you
character.
come from Scorpion and look like that?
But
Yeah.
it is so weird because I was like, okay, they got beat up, and
Yeah.
then there's no training done.
Yeah.
And then they just come back and
Yeah.
win the second.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
was like, so you mean Kung Lao did not need to die?
Yeah,
Killed my
exactly.
boy.
I was so mad about Goro, too. How Goro got...
Okay.
Like treated like a little
Goro
bitch.
was also, but I will say Goro was the best looking thing in
Yes.
the movie.
No, it did look
was so
fantastic.
good.
I will
They
say...
did that man so
They
good.
did him good, but then they did him really fucking
He
raw,
died
too.
So terrible.
He did. I was like, bro, this is
Yeah.
the fucking
Like one of the
secondary
strongest
bosses.
guys.
Yeah, very strong.
It's
You
the
gotta get him bodied by this guy who has no power.
This
And
guy who
then
got his ass
literally-
whooped in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, and then
discovers
finds his power, and then at that
Exactly.
moment completely disembowels him.
Yeah.
Wait, he had like 10 moments, like maybe not 10, like a solid 2 moments where he had him up and could have dismembered
Fatality.
him immediately,
That's what it is, after
ripped
that.
his limb. Yeah, drawing.
It would have been funny if they did that. Just make Goro the main character of the next movie.
Like, what? Oh, this is a turn. I like this.
That would be amazing.
But I'm like, if they were really evil, he would have just went straight for his family. And
yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, if they had dismembered him immediately, like, and then Maybe
He could have grown his arms back like Jack.
Listen, I'll let Raiden teleport in and save the kid and then whatever. But at least kill that guy. That would have been solid.
I was so upset at how. Okay, for the first half of the movie, I was more than half, more like 3/4 of the movie. I was upset just looking at Jax's arms.
Yes, that was sad.
Going on.
It was like in Deadpool when he had the baby arm, he grew back.
Yes, the baby legs.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, dude,
what are you doing?
it's like I know you're gonna lose your arms. You're Jax. You're gonna have some sort of robotic arm, but like, are they really gonna give you baby arms for like 90% of the movie?
Yeah.
You know what though? Liu Kang was ripped.
Liu Kang was pretty cool. I gotta give it to him.
They kind of like. I wouldn't say did him dirty, but they sidelined Liu Kang.
The
They did
sideline
him pretty hard.
He would shoot like one flame per battle, and I was like, he can.
And then he fucking summoned a.
I
guess we can spoil it. We summoned it. Yeah.
Oh.
He summoned a dragon and
Mortal
fucked some
Kombat
shit
thing.
up. Yeah, he did the Mortal Kombat
so
thing.
much already. You're worried about that.
Well, we haven't spoiled anything essential.
We spoiled that Goro got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew Goro was going to get his ass whooped.
Okay, everything that you think is going to happen when you're watching the movie happens.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Goro has always gotten his ass whooped.
When has Shang Tsung been that powerful?
Yeah,
Because I know Shang Tsung as a henchman to like Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn, yeah. He is, yeah.
Do you remember
kinda.
Shaolin Monks, the
Yes.
video game?
Yes, I do.
That was my
I
favorite
do.
Mortal Kombat game.
I was just talking,
We would go through that boss battle all the time, and I just remember, don't fail me again, Shang Tsung. And we would have to keep fighting him because we could not beat Shao Kahn. Oh my goodness.
So what characters would you look forward to in the next movie?
More Sub-Zero.
More Sub-Zero?
Yeah, more Sub-Zero.
Dude, they got
I mean, new characters.
So here's the thing:
New
Sub-Zero
characters.
can come back, but he's gonna be noob.
He's new. He's the
He's gonna be the shadow dude. Yeah.
But new characters. Okay, I was upset.
Get
when
rid
I
of
found
that
out I was like, oh, that's not Reptile. Oh no.
Yes,
Reptile's dead.
I was like, oh no.
Reptile's dead.
Yeah.
And they
Fucking
didn't,
stupid.
they didn't give him
I was like-
any type of humanoid. Like,
yes. I was like, they just
features.
made him an
No.
actual lizard.
Yeah.
Oh no, they didn't.
They did that in the first movie too, or the second movie. But
who's one of the characters that I'm looking forward to?
For me, I want to see Quan Chi or Aaron Black.
Aaron Black. That's who I was thinking of. Aaron Black. That's
you know who they would put in as Aaron Black
Who?
if they could?
I think Ryan Reynolds would do
let's
good
get
as Johnny
Jacob
Cage.
in there.
They would do Matthew McConaughey. I feel like they would just.
That
throw
wouldn't
him
be
in there.
bad.
All right.
Yes, yeah. That's what that would be his new taunt too. They would put it back in. Yeah. For the next movie, I think if they make another movie, Johnny Cage is.
They will make another movie. They're going to make another movie.
It's
Because
ridiculous.
they showed Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
So we're doing this, I guess.
Yeah. It was kind of a crime he wasn't in the first one. I think a lot of people
Honestly,
are.
yeah.
I want to see that
His
bunch.
main
He is.
Well, I'm guessing his daughter will be in it too.
I don't know if he wouldn't. That they would have to jump quite a.
Cassie.
They have to jump into the future quite a bit. Probably,
Yeah, because then you're gonna bring Jackie Briggs.
Yeah. Jackie, I love Jackie.
Yo, dog.
Dude, she's
her in the.
She's my main, dude.
Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
That woman's nasty.
I was just playing her earlier.
Nice.
We were playing Mortal Kombat before you guys came over.
I can't wait until they get
Jackie's
I can't wait
my
until
girl.
they get Jason Voorhees in that. Jason Voorhees and RoboCop.
Xenomorph, Terminator.
Can't wait to see those
I told my
guys.
brother,
Rambo in Mortal Kombat.
I was like, "Where's Terminator?"
Exactly.
I was we had a bug. I was like, "Where the fuck's
This is
Terminator?"
we
at?
have Mortal Kombat without Terminator.
Yeah, where's Predator? What the hell?
Yeah.
I wanted to see him met somebody.
No DLC.
Yeah.
Show
I gotta wait
sucks.
for that. Damn.
You gotta pay for an extra movie.
Wait, I thought Leatherface came from that.
Oh my goodness. That's like when people say that Post Malone put Ozzy Osbourne on the map.
Yes, I've heard that.
Leatherface came from Mortal Kombat.
Ridiculous. Yeah, dude. By the way, he's got the most brutality. There's brutalities in the game.
Leatherface?
Really?
Yes.
Leatherface does?
He has a move where he knocks you
Yeah.
down, and he has this like a hammer, but it's like a fucking meat cleaver
Yes,
hammer.
yeah,
and just
yeah.
you just hear him like
Keeps-
crushing the
God.
skull.
I've never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Listen, the
But it-
original one
yeah.
is the scary one.
It goes on for like 20 seconds too. It's really uncomfortable. What
Yeah,
happened to me and my brother one time? Yeah, I was like, dude.
It's like they're really getting this. This is kind
Yeah,
of.
I was like, man, this is a
usually
little
I can
sick.
compartmentalize, but
Yeah.
this one kind of.
I've seen like everything I could possibly see. I was like, I feel like I'm desensitized, and he's like,
No,
I was like, he's still going.
oh,
Oh
there's
my
still something
god!
left to my humanity.
Yes.
He's like, oh, there's it.
There it goes.
Exactly. That's my humanity. Just
Yeah,
need to see that a couple more times and
yeah.
I'm good.
I was like, all right, we're turning this off now.
You bombed yourself? He's like, yeah, okay. She's right.
Yeah.
This is doing bad stuff to me.
Bad stuff.
No, sometimes I'll be looking at some type of violence and I'm like, yeah, all right. There it is. All right. We need to stop. Yeah, bro.
Yes.
You guys ever seen The Green Inferno?
The Green Inferno.
It's the most gory movie I've ever seen.
I've seen it. I don't know if it's the most gory movie I've seen, but it's pretty graphic. Yeah.
I can't
Is that the one with the
Saw.
wait, no.
They go to an indigenous island. And
I lie. I've not seen. I know what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about The Green Room, which is a very.
Have you seen The
graphic
Perfect
movie.
Host? That movie.
I've seen Perfect
So
Host.
funny. You've seen Perfect. You've never seen Perfect Host. There's no such thing as Perfect Host, audience. All right. But The Perfect Host. It's about.
Is that the Japanese?
No, not that. Are you talking about Parasite?
Parasite
Was not as good as I thought it was going to be, but it was interesting. The end was kind of.
I've heard good things about
Was
Parasite.
there one called The Host or something?
There was. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Parasite's the anime, right?
No.
Parasite
is an anime.
It's an anime, but it's also a movie.
But everybody raved
And a
over
show.
Parasite simply because it was a foreign movie.
I think there was.
Everybody
I know what you're talking
watched
about.
it because they watched it and liked
Parasite.
it.
And there was one called. I think it was called The Host or something similar to
I think
that.
I know what you're talking about.
And it was a similar thing.
We're
with
not talking about
Parasite.
Twilight either.
Okay. Damn it. All right. There goes all my knowledge.
No, but The Perfect Host, the premise was what drew me in. It was about a robber who comes in and he holds a person hostage in his house, but it turns out the dude is a psychopath, and he then holds him hostage.
Really?
It's so dope. It came out in like 2010, and dang, it's not on Netflix anymore, but watch The Perfect Host if you can.
That sounds interesting.
The dude who's the psychopath
Yeah.
is such a good actor. It's the dude who played, do you remember the old sitcom Frasier?
Yes.
It was Frasier's friend. Watch this. Hold on.
Sounds like a load of barnacles.
Just sounds like a little
Shout out to Greg's shirt over there.
Yeah, that's right. This was custom made for my birthday.
Nice.
It was Niles, the dude from Frasier. I don't know if anybody knows.
That does sound.
His name is
familiar,
David Hyde Pierce. I know
David Hyde Pierce.
Yes.
David Hyde Pierce, exactly. He's
Oh,
from
man.
but hilarious. One of my favorite psychopaths next to what is his name?
Norman Bates.
Norman Bates.
What about American Psycho? Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's character. Was it Jason?
American
was
Psycho.
it Bate? No, it was
What are you talking about?
No, what's his character's name?
I don't
Patrick
know.
Bateman?
Patrick Bateman.
I think you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Psycho?
Hey, Paul!
You know, I've never actually seen that movie full through.
Watch
I've seen
that
so
movie.
many
American
clips.
Psycho?
I've seen like the memes and the clips of it.
Give it a
The
shot.
funniest thing
I've
I've
seen the
ever
original.
seen is a man running
the
with a
remake.
chainsaw in New Balance sneakers. Hilarious.
I remembered the old one. I saw the old one.
American Psycho is a very interesting movie. It's
Yeah.
good,
Yes,
though.
it is.
Oh, you guys
Oh,
ready
he was
to
in Osmosis Jones.
Oh, that's a great movie.
check out of here soon?
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
You want a good old dad joke over here? I know Greg's been shaking in his seat over there for what I got cooking over here.
Oh, God, here we go. Okay.
Before I throw it out there, any topics? Any topics? We got anything going on here?
I
Huh?
gotta crack my
Any
neck.
more Chinese rockets falling out of the sky?
I don't know.
Elon Musk?
Chinese rocket sounds
anything
It sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. Chinese rocket sounds good. I was like, I could go for a
Did
Chinese
you order
rocket.
some Chinese rockets?
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta hit us with a dad joke.
Okay, so we're doing it again.
right.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I want to cut in here.
I got a bite on something. Oh, give it to me.
All right. How do you get a nun pregnant?
How do you get a nun pregnant?
I don't know. How?
You let an altar boy fart in her pussy.
I'm out of here. Well, good night, everybody. Just which one you got?
You've been listening to Mind Hops. Make sure to like,
Have the door shutting immediately. Just the sound of me starting my engine.
But in the meantime, follow us on Twitter at Mind Hops. From there, you can get updates and submit questions for upcoming shows. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.